The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Santos, and it is good! The Bears' losing streak comes to an end on the final play of the regular season as Chicago comes to Lambeau and upsets the Packers 24-22.
You wanted to see boobs? You got boobs. Romy is like, I was promised boobs, so I had to give him some boobs.
There's ass too. Oh,
no. That's right. Welcome to Bear Their Souls. With us, of course, as always, is the star of the show, Johnny Santucci, right below me on his knees, having some meatloaf. Whoa.
The Cairo Santos finger guns.
Yeah.
Open too.
Steven
Love
just
the
sneezed,
reverb there
man.
too.
Yeah. Those finger, what was it? Finger guns. That was so fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Great moment. Steven Zimmerman is here. How you doing, Jim?
Great, man. It's a finger banging good time.
Pre-show, Zim was complaining that he doesn't have enough to do on the show, so we all got to think of some stuff for him to do.
He doesn't do his homework though either, Aldo.
I guess
Hey,
not.
whoa, hey.
And our very, very special guest is the president of Bears Country Productions. He is my good friend, and there's possibility he might be living in the Chicagoland area sometime in the future. We shall see. Mr. Shorty, how are you, brother?
Oh, Aldo, I'm great. That means I would get to piss on your bushes a lot more. That makes me very excited.
Yeah, I
And-
love those dinners.
And Zim, it's the shark, buddy. What's up, guys? Thanks for having me on the show tonight, man. By the way, great opener. Bartender, can I get a scotch on the rocks, please?
Absolutely. Coming right up. Here you go, brother.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
We serve them fast here, man.
Cheers to you on that opener, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
Beautiful.
I started working on it early this afternoon, and I wanted to just show boobs for the 5 minutes. But finding images that YouTube might, not, that YouTube would be okay with was very difficult.
Especially in that first, opening window.
Yeah, exactly.
You might be able to get away with it, an hour and a half into the show, but not in the first
You
5
could
minutes.
have just shown the Green Bay Packers wide receivers from last season.
Plenty. There you go. But we will have boobs later in the show when we play our new game show. Whose titties are those?
It's amazing that there's an AI bot out there looking for tits.
That's right.
Crazy.
I want that job.
Yeah, I don't need AI. I'll do it for free.
Yeah, don't pay me. I'll pay you. Heidi is in the chat. Heidi, when I think of boobs,
I don't want to go there.
When I mentioned to my wife, yeah, we're going to do this whose titties are those segment, she didn't complain like you would expect. Anyone who's met my wife would expect her to smack me in the face. But she didn't. She just didn't say anything. And so I'm either winning her over with my eccentric sense of humor, or she's leaving me very soon.
When I told my wife about this, she was kind of similar. She was like, "Oh, well, don't be afraid to say those look like my wife's boobs." And then she started going through stuff in her mind, like, so-and-so's boobs, and so I wonder what. You could definitely tell who so-and-so's boobs were. I'm like, oh, okay, we're good.
I'm glad you didn't say it when I had my boobs on camera. Hey, those look like my wife's. That would have been hell of an open to the show.
Those are some nice titties, by the way. Nice titties.
Yes.
You should. They could use a razor, but nice titties.
Thank you. It's a C cup, man. Certified C cup. Rami says that my boobs are imprinted in his mind. There's going to be all sorts of people doing crazy shit with my boobs when an AI becomes an easy tool.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yep. Guys, we're going to talk about the roster today. The 52. Is it 52 or 53?
53.
All right, good.
50.
That's
All right, Case.
really not that big a number for an NFL team. When I was doing this, I'm like, man, 53 just ain't enough.
It's
Yeah.
hard, yeah.
Right. It should be more. What is the total roster though? It's more than it used to be.
53 man roster and an 8-man practice squad, right?
No, you get a much larger practice squad these
10.
days.
Is that
10, I
larger
think.
these days? 10 man now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Hey.
thought it was like 63, 64.
Damn. By the way, P. Diddy. Innocent.
Practice squads.
What?
This was.
Wow.
He was found not guilty on 3 of the 5 counts, and the 2 counts he was found guilty on.
Yeah.
He'll probably get loose with time served already because he's been in the can for 10 months.
Wow.
After he gets out, he's going to be looking for boobs on YouTube full time.
He might be watching right now. So what'd you find out, Zim? How many guys in the practice squad?
Your practice squad is now up to 16 players. That started during the
wow.
2020 season and was made permanent in the 2022 season.
Wow, you know what that means now, Zim? A total of 69 dudes.
69. Nice.
Yeah, Bill and Ted came up with that rule, Aldo.
So generally speaking, these practice squad players are newbies, guys with less than 2 years of experience. But again, with these newer rules in 2022, up to 6 of these players can be veteran players. So basically 10 rookies or second-year players, 6 guys. This is where you get into your Austin Reed versus who's the other guy on the roster right now? It's not
Keenum.
Case Keenum. I kept when I say Ripien. That was last year though. But yeah, this is where your Case Keenum versus Austin Reed debate starts to come into play. So just something to keep in mind.
Really not much of a debate though.
No.
No,
Not
but we're
much.
master debaters on this show, so we're going to really go at it tonight.
Or something like that. Speaking of boobs, what about Austin Reed's mom, Aldo?
Are you guys pontificating?
Always. On this show, you're allowed. Austin Reed's mom? You like that?
Stole the show of Hard
You know
Knocks
what?
last year.
She should have been in tonight's show. Whose titties are those? That would have been fun.
Yep.
Damn. Next week you do it too.
Imagine if we had her on the show too. Mrs. Reed.
That would be awesome. Let's talk about her boobs.
Wow, that is very interesting. Please tell me more.
And over again. Well, we're going to start the show the way we always do. Johnny Santucci labors over his computer for hours and hours on end, putting together an essay that he calls Bears State of Affairs. Mr. Shorty, you ever seen it?
No.
in for a treat, Shorty.
Bullshit!
Of course, it's great stuff. We appreciate it, Peach.
Yeah, I mean, this is outstanding stuff. So let me see if I can find the open. Last week I played the old open. This week we'll play the new open, inspired by none other than Mr. Shorty.
It's time for John's Bears State of Affairs. He got nothing but true bombs about the Bears. He tells it like it is and always has, and he brings it with a little put sass. No shit talking here, grab yourself a beer. If you have to disagree, he's got a decree. Go fuck your fist, cause you're on his blacklist. Go fuck your fist. You gonna hear the bare truth right now.
There you go.
All right, Bears State of Affairs, man. Bears 2025 offseason, week 25. Yeah, what's happening, Barflies? Well, the Bears are still on break, but there's no shortage of Bears news, Aldo.
Mm-hmm.
And the NFL is still a news leviathan, no matter the time of year. And this week, there was a rare player-for-player trade in the NFL as the Dolphins sent defensive back Jalen Ramsey to the Steelers, along with tight end Jonnu Smith for Steelers defensive back Minka Fitzpatrick and a late-round draft pick. And somehow that meant the Bears were trading up Cole Kmet. Oh, no. Yeah. How did we get there? I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how passionate or crazy or insane Bears fans are about their team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but leave it to Bears fans to insert themselves into the national conversation whenever something happens in the league. Yeah, the guy gets married. Yeah, and suddenly the Bears fans are sending him on a permanent honeymoon, Aldo.
Chicago's very own.
Legitness. Yeah, it was, huh?
Shipping him off to Miami where he could presumably have an extended honeymoon playing for another team. The poor kid. He just got married. Yeah, and it wouldn't be the first time that the Bears traded a tight end to Miami. Yeah. Yeah. In 2020, former second-round draft pick Adam Shaheen was sent to the Dolphins for a conditional 7th-round pick. Yeah, it may go down as one of the worst draft picks in Bears history. Yeah. Yeah, Bears brain trust at the time thought they were outsmarting everyone, taking a guy from a school that no one heard of who bulked up on Chipotle burritos in the 2nd round and then ultimately flipping him for a 7th rounder.
Ay, Dios mío.
That's right, Heidi. Yeah. Look, the Bears were likely never going to trade Cole Kmet, even if the Dolphins traded away their starting tight end and all of their other tight ends. Yeah, because an injury to first-round tight end Colson Loveland would leave the Bears dangerously thin at tight end. Yeah, and Ben Johnson ran 12 personnel at one of the highest rates in the NFL last season with the Lions. Yeah, if the Bears were offering a day 2 pick or star running back Devon A-Chain, yeah, sure, Ryan Pohl should definitely listen. Yeah, but Cole Kmet, he's been pretty good since the Bears drafted him in 2020. He's arguably been better than tight ends like Kyle Pitts, who was taken at number 4 overall in the 2021 draft, 1 year after Kmet. Yeah, by comparison, since 2021, Pitts has 196 catches, 2,651 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Kmet, on the other hand, he's got 230 catches for 2,349 yards and 19 touchdowns. And arguably in 2023 was his best season when Kmet had 73 catches, 719 yards, and 6 touchdowns. That's a lot of production.
Yeah!
The Bears are 100% counting on Kmet to make plays this season. Yeah, and speaking of players that the Bears are counting on this season, Luther Burden, Ozzie Trapillo, and Shamar Turner, they all share one thing in common. Like Adam Shaheen, they're all 2nd-round draft picks, Aldo.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and they're all unsigned.
Oh.
Yeah, it's big news this week. Yeah, but it's not just the Bears who haven't signed their 2nd-round draft picks. In fact, around the league, 30 of the 32 2nd-round draft picks still remain unsigned.
Mm-hmm.
The reason for the delay is a shift in how teams are negotiating contracts with 2nd-round picks. Yeah, 2 2nd-round draft picks, Jaden Higgins and Carson Schwessinger, signed fully guaranteed contracts. Yeah, that's caused other 2nd-round picks, their agents, to push for similar guarantees, which is not typical for players drafted at the 2nd round. In this situation, it could very well delay the arrival of some or all of the Bears' 2nd-round picks to training camp.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Luther Burden, for one, he's already missed considerable time with soft tissue injuries.
Yep.
A training camp holdout could impact his development, as well as the development of Ozzie Trapillo and Shamar Turner. Trapillo, he's got a legitimate shot at the starting left tackle job, and Turner, he's set to become Grady Jarrett's understudy, as well as a member of the defensive line rotation. And while it's likely the Bears could give some ground and offer some guaranteed money to their 2nd-rounders, the situation could become messy. Yeah, and speaking of messy and dumb, Pro Football Focus came out with their list of 2nd-year quarterbacks' floors and ceilings.
Geez, yes.
Mama, may I have cookie?
No, Diabito. Roll back to kitchen.
Yeah, predictably, PFF couldn't help but take a shot at the Bears, although I swear they hate the Bears.
They sure do.
You know who this is, Aldo?
No.
This is Pro Football Focus writer John Costco. Remember that name, Aldo.
Okay.
Shared his ceilings and floors for each 2nd-year quarterback after 1 season in the league. Yeah, get this. Caleb's ceiling was Green Bay's quarterback Jordan Love, and his floor was busts. Yeah.
Oh my God, no way.
And none of the other second-year quarterbacks had any chance of busting out in the league to this nitwit.
I'll never shop at Costco again.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy. He hasn't even taken a snap in the NFL, but his ceiling is Joe Burrow. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Costco. Yeah, laughable. Yeah, Caleb, last season, Caleb, with arguably the shittiest coaching staff in Bears history, he set an NFL rookie record where he had 232 pass attempts without an interception.
That was legitness. Yeah, it was, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, not only that, but Caleb was also one of only 4 NFL quarterbacks. Wrong picture. One of only 4 NFL quarterbacks last season with 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions or less. Yeah, he's in pretty good company there with Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Justin Herbert, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how people could take PFF seriously anymore is beyond me. Yeah, but let's talk a little TV, Aldo, where Bears fans will have to spend some serious coin to stream the NFL this season. Yeah.
That's what they think.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right, Zim. Yep. Yeah, if you want to stay on top of all the NFL games, you're going to need to have YouTube TV, Amazon, Netflix, Peacock, and ESPN Plus to watch the NFL next year.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Yeah, not only that, it's going to cost you over $600. Yeah, Bears fans will need to tighten their belts if they want to keep up with their favorite team. Yeah, and over at bookies.com, well, they compiled a list of the most watchable NFL games this season, and they did not have the Bears featuring in any of the top 25 most watchable games.
Fuck them.
Yeah. Let me break this down for you, Aldo. Yeah. Not even Ben Johnson returning home to face the Lions in Detroit, nor a rematch of the Fail Mary was enough to put the Bears inside the top 25 most watchable games. Yeah, get this. Last year with the Bears-Commanders game setting the record for most people watching the early NFL Thanksgiving Day game with 34.2 million viewers. Yeah, but now the rematch between Caleb Williams and Jane Daniels is less watchable. Man, you think John Costco was a writer for bookies.com, and that's Bears State of Affairs, Aldo?
Well done!
He told it like it is and always will. Listen next week to get an earful of whatever's happening with the Chicago Bears. It always happens here with John's State of Affairs. If you have to disagree, he's got a decree. Go fuck your fist, cause you're on his blacklist. You just heard the bare truth right here and now. John gave it to you straight, cause he's got no sacred cows. If you have to disagree, he's got a decree. Go fuck your fist, cause you're on his blacklist. This was John's Bear State of Affairs.
Shorty, what do you think?
I don't even know where to begin.
There's a lot there.
I can go on and on about the shit that's been the absolute bullshit shitting on of Caleb Williams that just makes me want to vomit. But let me just quickly talk about the end there. When NFL Sunday Ticket first went to YouTube, they offered you $100 off if you had NFL or if you had a YouTube TV. So I decided, well, why would I sign up for that? Because I'm going to pay like $80 a month, and they're going to get that much more money out of me to save $100. So I didn't do it. But then I ended up not being able to watch it because I didn't have NBC, I didn't have ESPN, I have Amazon Prime, I have Netflix, but Netflix is new to the game. Didn't have CBS or any of the other, Sunday night and Monday night games and stuff. So I just decided to go back to YouTube TV, or not go back to it, but go to it. And then it turns out not only do I not get a discount for NFL Sunday Ticket now, but instead of $400 when it first came out, a discount would have been $300. Now they were about to charge me $485 or something. It was almost $500. So I canceled the auto renewal, and I just decided, fuck it, I'm going to go to NFL Plus for $100 for the entire season, and I'll go get some stuff done on Sundays, and I can come back an hour later when the game is done, and I can watch it. I'll just turn off my phone so I don't get everyone bugging me about it, and I'll watch it an hour later. Big deal. And you can watch it. You can skip through the commercials. So, it goes through an hour and a half long instead of 3 hours. So anyone that's in that, funk about it, please, I implore you to. That's what I'm doing, at least. I shouldn't implore you. That's just what I'm doing.
Now, Zim, funny you mentioned that.
Zim, are you bailing ship too?
Yeah. So it's funny. Like I started a new job in the off season, and I have to work on Sundays now. And a lot of the time, my in time for work is around halftime of the game, and I'm like. I flat out told my boss, I'm like, I hope you're really prepared for me to be like unproductive for the first 2 hours of the day. And then I realized, like, wait a second, we're not even going to be able to see the games anyway. What does this matter? Like, I'm going to have to wait until I'm off work or, listen to it on the radio or find, some other way to watch it. Maybe we'll have it on at work for all I know. I don't know, but it's just, it's been ridiculous for years. I remember 10-ish years ago when I was in college, and you were able to get the Sunday ticket for like $90 if you were still in school. So I took advantage of that, and I did it again a couple of years ago when I went back to finish my degree, and it was still pretty solid. And now it's gotten so out of control that I'm like, man, even if I have that option, I don't think I would use it. Like it's not worth that $120 price tag, let alone the $500 price tag. They want to charge people that, aren't in school, that are out there making real salaries, that are out there, spending their hard-earned cash on this product. It's almost as insulting as the price of tickets to these games, which is a whole other thing in and of itself.
Right.
But I mean, it's the whole industry has become a real insult to working class men and women who enjoy this as a pastime,
100% agreed.
Cliff says for YouTube TV premium subscribers, the ticket package is discounted. The base price for this last season was $479, but YouTube subscribers get a $100 discount.
Well, it didn't tell me I was getting that when I looked at the auto renewal. It said $479 or whatever.
YouTube TV is already enough of a scam.
I know. And plus, I like we're like if you're monetized on your YouTube channel, you shouldn't have to pay for YouTube Premium, which I pay for because I hate commercials. So I pay to not watch 15 commercials in a 30-minute podcast. So that should be free. That's it. They're just robbing us blind now.
Relentless Mikey, thank you very much. Much love to you as well. And bear down. Really appreciate the donation to the bar room, $9.99. They are so fucking greedy. They're gonna start to turn off the present generation that loves the NFL. But future generations are just not going to pay attention to the football anymore, because I grew up watching sports on free television, and that was the best marketing ploy to get me to become a fan of baseball, basketball, hockey, football, because it was available. Nowadays, like baseball playoffs, if I don't go to that sports channel thing where I can find on my cable the channels that are spitting out sports programming, I can find a fucking playoff game. And my attention span is like 10 seconds. So, if I don't find it in 10, 15 seconds, I'm watching a Law and Order SVU repeat.
It's like we used to have the TV guides, and it's almost like we're back to that point where you got to print something off just to have it next to you so you can figure out what the fuck channel you need to flip to next, because you're like, oh yeah, I'm trying to watch Johnstown and Murray State, for March Madness, because, let's be real, we're all degenerates here. But then you want to flip over to the good game afterwards, and you're like, fuck, is that on True TV or TBS or TNT or ESPN or Fox or ABC or
exactly?
Thing that really grinds my gears, that pisses me off the most is, you want me to get fine? I'll give you $479 a year to watch every game, but you give me every game. Basically, they need to call it the NFL Sunday ticket at noon, or the NFL Sunday at noon ticket, because they don't. If it's the game of the week, well, now it's on NBC, and it's blacked out because it's on a channel that you don't have because you got rid of cable. But if you had cable, you just switch over to NBC and it's on there, whatever, just CBS, it's on that game. Fox, whatever. If you know the bit, Bill Burr comedy bit about going in and getting a sandwich with mayonnaise, and they hand him a package of mayonnaise, and he's like, "What is this?" He's like, I paid you to make me 100% of the sandwich. Make me 100% of the sandwich. Why do I have to put my fucking mayonnaise on my sandwich? That's what this is. It's like, I paid you 100% of the money to watch, and fuck it. Why don't you break it down just to teams? I'll pay you that much just for the Bears. I could give a fuck if I watch any other team. Just give me the Bears. I'll give you $500 a year and give me every single game, no matter what channel, what time of day it is on. It's on NFL Sunday ticket. Period.
We've been bitching about that one for years, and about a la carte games. Let me pay $8.99 to watch the one game I want to watch every Sunday or whatever. $8.99 over the course of a 17-game season. Yeah, that adds up real quick for the NFL, and the average Joe, he's not thinking twice about spending less than $10 to watch his favorite team every Sunday. Right. And it's the same thing. And I tell you, if they just had an option where you could just get NFL Red Zone, I mean, how many people would go for that, especially with the rise of fantasy football? Right.
The other thing is, so now we have to still watch the commercials. So a product that I used to get just for sitting through the commercials, and it was a lot less commercials back when I was growing up and into my 20s and 30s than there are now. So all of this is supplemental income that they never got before.
Wait, you lost me there. The NFL was happening when you were in your 20s and 30s? Okay, sorry. Continue.
By the way, every time we make a joke about age, I'm reminded to what a beautiful face. What a beautiful face.
Public relations director of BCP.
I know. What's funny is because, our media relations manager.
Media relations.
Yeah. What's funny is I was thinking about that just as you were shitting on Elda. I was like, that sounds like something we would do. And then I was thinking that sounds like something Foster would do. And then boom, you pull up Foster. I was like, oh, that's perfect timing.
But it's true, we're sitting through more fucking commercials. It ruins the product. I mean, my TV watching now is designed around avoiding programming with commercials. I'm fucking 66 years old. I don't have time to watch a 66-second tire commercial from Goodyear. No way. I want my entertainment, and I want it now. I don't want to sit through it. And when I'm at a fucking football game, I feel sorry for the players who are out there 10 degrees, and they're waiting through a 7-8 minute break to run fucking commercials. It's awful for the fans, and it's awful for the quality of the game too.
I don't know if they have it at NFL games, because it's been a while since I went to one. But when I went to a college game last year, they had a person on the sideline whose entire job it was just to hold up a sign with a countdown for how long it was until the commercial break ended.
Oh, is that what the guy was doing?
I was
wondering, what the fuck's he doing?
That's brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. And it's all the players know, all right, we have this long till you have to snap the ball. But especially you're not supposed to be in the huddle during that time. You're not supposed to be, strategizing or this, that, or the other thing. And these guys are literally just standing around kicking dirt and playing with the grass and fixing their helmets. And no, man, I mean, for all the bitching and complaining we do about having an ADHD society, and for creating all these problems we have with attention disorders, you're literally creating one on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Couldn't have said that any better.
Yep.
It's like the show The Bear.
Yeah.
That's like a 15-minute show with 45 minutes of commercial.
No shit.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I've decided I'm done watching it.
Yeah, me too. I don't watch it anymore.
I was enjoying it, but it
Mhm.
was like the last couple of seasons were like montages and montages and montages, and
Mhm.
let's do the background story on this with a little bit of a montage, and then in between that is 85 commercials. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
It just turn you off to stuff.
I'm with you. And I think it was episode 2 of season 2. That was the last one that I watched, when it was the two main characters getting into an argument in the kitchen, and they're just going back and forth. Fuck you. No, fuck you. No, fuck you. No, fuck you. And I'm like, how long is this going to fucking last? And I swear to God, it was half the episode. I said, no, I can't do this. That and the commercials, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Tooch, how do you feel about this? You're being awfully quiet in the subject. You fucking siding with Goodell?
Yeah, I was. I didn't realize I was going to touch off Aldo's rant on TV. TV rants here, but I agree with Aldo, man.
You started this.
Yeah, I know. I'm responsible. I was just kind of avoiding the flack from over here. But
can I change the subject and go back to the Caleb Williams thing when you're done now?
I think Aldo made a great point that the NFL's in danger of alienating younger viewers.
Yeah.
I mean, when the boomers and Gen X are passed on or moved on, the younger generation isn't going to be as enthusiastic at the NFL.
It makes me realize the appeal of like the NBA in today's world is like, I am not a basketball fan by any means. I think the game is very boring nowadays because it's literally just run down and shoot and run down and shoot and run down and shoot and run. There's no plays and there's no defense, generally speaking. It's a lot of ISO and one-on-one play. But
that's why I love college basketball.
The finals were on while I was at work, a few weeks ago. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, yeah, the finals are on. And then I kind of like go around and like a half hour later, I look up and I'm like, holy shit, we're into the third quarter already. And like the game just moves and it's interesting to watch comparatively because, your commercial breaks are long, but there's fewer of them. And the game accelerates at a pace that's like appropriate for the sport that's being played.
Yep.
In football, there's a lot of starting and stopping and that turns some people off in and of itself. But then when some of those stoppages are like a full 5 to 10 minutes and you're just like, what is happening here? To the point of when Damar Hamlin literally died on the field a few years ago, it took several people 15 to 20 minutes to even realize there was an actual medical emergency occurring on the field and not just a commercial break, not just a normal turn of events.
Yeah.
It was a very serious thing that like should have had more attention brought to it. And in the end, it wound up bringing a lot of attention to it in retrospect, but
they had that thing
in the moment we had no idea.
They pull up the game on the side in a little picture-in-picture and then they play you a fucking commercial.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're talking about, right? They were like playing that on the side in the Damar Hamlin thing while there's a commercial playing.
Yep. Fucking stupid shit. It's unfortunate. I think I said this once before on this show. There was a time when the board of directors of corporations would sit down and talk about improving profits. And the first thing they looked at was customer satisfaction, because they knew that was the best way to develop loyalty, to get repeat customers, to get them over and over. Now, that fucking thing is like 5th on the list of things that they look at. The number one thing is the stockholder price, because these guys make so much on their stock options that's what they're laser focused on, that and getting a return for the stockholders. And that's just really a big part of the reason shit has fucked up in this country. Everything is for profit. I like money. My wife and I have plenty of money. We got 15 fucking TVs at home, and I want to see my stuff and big screen TVs with nice sound and stuff. And it takes money to do that, but you're killing me. I'm gonna get rid of these fucking TVs if I gotta continue to fucking pay more and more to be entertained. That just isn't right. It's not right.
Yep.
100% agree with you.
Fucking Zimmerman has to pay the electric bill. Oh, there you are. Do you have it dark back there because for a specific reason, like you're masturbating or something?
You're muted.
See, he doesn't even pay for his microphone electricity.
His microphone's out.
That's
now.
48 volts of electricity to power this thing. All right, I got to make sure I turn it on and off. No, the lights, you can see it a little bit on the microphone here. They're orange and blue for Bears theme. Not that anybody can see
I'm
a
picking
damn
up,
thing.
I'm picking up the highlights around your hat and stuff. Yeah, just it's a couple more votes, man.
It's the aura.
It's aura, no doubt. And how do you do the lighting in your background there, Mr. Shorty?
I've got one of those little things you can put that does like the stars on your ceiling.
Oh, okay.
It's behind a flag hanging behind me.
Yeah,
I thought it measures how high you are. All these bubbles.
Can you increase or can you change the speed of those things?
Yeah, I can change the color of it and change the pattern of it and stuff.
Do you got to get up and do it, or can you do it from your seat?
I think I could do it from my seat. Let's see. I guess not. I guess I gotta get up.
Don't get up. Don't get up.
There
Or else you're gonna show us your ass.
Couldn't be me, man. Couldn't be me. Is the dark background throwing you off?
No green.
No, Zem, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit, it's stuck on green. Fuck, no green.
No green. Fuck that. Eagles and Packers, two of the fucking worst.
Look what you know, though.
Those green lights are left over from his other show, Packers Podcast, Packers Country, PCP.
Behind the flag is the rest of my office, you know.
All right, let's get to our main topic other than titties, which we'll get to in about 30 minutes or so. Let's talk about this roster breakdown. We wanted, Tooch had the idea, and I think it's a great one. It's about that time to start kind of forecasting who could be on this 53-man roster. And so you got to start with the quarterback position. Does anyone disagree that we're going to go with three quarterbacks and that Case Keenum is going to be the third emergency quarterback? He's not going to be active for games. It'll be Williams and Bagent throughout the season, just like last season. Anyone disagree with that? I love it when
I have three also.
Yeah.
What's Case's salary?
Case is only making
$3 million.
$3 million veteran minimum. You think he's going to play, Shorty?
Not play, but back up.
I think he's got a chance to unseat Bagent as the number 2 quarterback.
Nope. That's the question. Yeah.
You're talking about. I'm just looking at money. You're talking about $3 million a year compared to 500,000. I don't know.
Nope.
That's a good question. I
trust me on this.
Who would you want in the game if Caleb goes down?
Tyson.
Yeah.
For what reason?
Because he has the most promise. We know what Case Keenum can do. He'll go out there and he will run that offense. He will run it well. But Tyson, there's still the possibility that he could break through into being a quality number 1 pick. And if Caleb gets hurt for any reason, hopefully not, but if he does, you want to showcase Tyson. You want to showcase him because this will probably be his last year with the Bears, and they can hopefully move him for a 3rd or 2nd round pick. And who knows, if he plays tremendous, we don't want to lose him, and not get a draft pick.
Wait, the time has already come for that. He's a free agent after this season.
Is he?
Yeah, it's a 3-year contract, so he's gone. Either you trade him now, or you
ain't trading him. Fuck that.
Tyson Bagent is going to end up leaving as a free agent next year after he's probably our 3rd-string quarterback. The time to develop him and trade him is past.
I don't know about that. What about what J2K says? Keep Bagent until he plays so well that you have to trade him.
See, I almost agree with that because, like,
Me
look
too.
at what Detroit's done with their backups and everything. Like, they're bringing in young quality backups. They're bringing in guys that they feel they can develop alongside Jared Goff, not to replace him, but to be a backup with, Hendon Hooker is the primary guy I think of when I say this, but I think that the mentality is definitely there, and it's becoming more and more common around the league for you to draft developmental backups. Look at what's going on in Jacksonville with Mac Jones. Look at what's going on in Seattle with Jalen Milroe. Look at what they did in San Francisco with Brock Purdy, and it wound up working out pretty well for him. And it's becoming more and more common around the league to get young quality quarterbacks that you can develop as a backup, because while there's only 32 starters, there's more than 32 elite quarterbacks in the world anymore. It's not the case that it was 30, 40 years ago where there were only a handful of guys who can truly do this job. We're seeing that more and more with the UFL, that these guys can play, and they can play beyond college. The CFL is becoming better and better every year. The UFL is becoming better and better of a product the longer that it goes on. I don't know if you guys have watched any, but it's legitimately entertaining to watch if you want some spring football.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
and so now we're at the point where, again, these backup quarterbacks, some of them are just as talented as starters on other teams. I mean, I would be willing to say that somebody like Tyson Bagent is probably about as talented as somebody as, I don't know, Dak Prescott at this point in his career.
Ooh.
Dak is clearly on the downswing of things.
But if you're Bagent, are you going to re-sign with the Bears after this season, or are you going to leave for an opportunity to start?
Well, the Bears still have control in that
he's
is
a restricted
free agent. So they can make him an offer, and if another team matches that offer, the Bears, I think, will have a chance to match it, just like they did. What was that one wide receiver from Illinois? And I think that they've done it before anyway. But you can't Meredith. Thank you. So he really has, like John says, he has no choice. The Bears have control of him for one more season as an RFA.
I didn't know he was restricted. Okay.
Just look up real quick.
And I think if they make him an offer because he was undrafted, I don't think there's any draft pick compensation if another team signs him. Is that correct?
Yes. I agree. I believe you're right. J2K says he's an ERFA, an NFL exclusive rights free agent, is a player with 2 or fewer accrued seasons and expired contract if their team offers them a 1-year league minimum contract. They cannot negotiate with other teams and must either sign the offer or sit it out. I don't know if he is a ERFA.
No, he would be a restricted free agent, not an exclusive rights free agent.
Yes.
They are similar but different.
It's according to Spotrac J2K, they list him as a restricted free agent, not ERFA. But he just J2K, where'd you check? He says he just checked. Don't fucking tell me it was PFF.
Got some words for PFF. Speaking of, okay.
It was this guy, Aldo.
Yeah.
That's Costco.
I wrote an article for the Bar Room years ago naming Bill Barnwell as the dumbest sports reporter of the decade.
Yes.
I think this guy might have taken the crown from him for the 2020s, because that was back in the 2010s. So I think we might have a 2020.
Says Bagent is not an RFA in 2025. Yeah, we're saying he's in 2026. He is under contract with the Bears through 2025. We know that, making him an exclusive rights free agent in 2026. He's signed.
Okay. I just want to put something out there, J2K. If you're using the Google AI summary, let me get on my soapbox here for a second. Hang on.
Ooh, here it comes. Where is he? There he is.
Hang on. I'm standing up. I need to get on my soapbox here.
You gonna show your titties?
All right. This is exactly why we shouldn't trust AI. Okay. It gives wrong information as often as 70% of the time. Please stop relying on it. It has nothing. I'm not trying to make an example out of anybody. I'm simply trying to point out that these Google AI summaries are bullshit. They're making us dumber as a species. They are absolutely going to cause the downfall of civilized humanity if we don't take the time for a little bit of critical thinking. And this is something that everybody, no matter what your opinions on anything else is, I think we all can agree that we need a little bit more critical thinking in our world right now. So please use that critical thinking. Don't just jump to the Google AI summaries. Sorry, this just caused me to jump off of a thing because you said Google. It has nothing to do with the information you gave me. J2K, you are a wonderful member of the show. We really appreciate you, your contributions, and your viewership. And I'm going to leave it at that. But again, let me get back down off of my soapbox here. I really can't stand the direction that AI is trending in, because it really feels similar to yellow journalism, just in a more modernized way.
Well, they get all their stuff from various sources, and some of those sources may not be correct. But I think that the issue with J2K is that we have just a basic misunderstanding of what each other is talking about.
Yeah.
We know Bajent is under contract in 2025. And so you're saying in 2025, he was an ERFA. He's not a free agent. So he's under contract in 2026, which is what we were talking about. He becomes a restricted free agent, which it still means he's under control of the Bears.
Either way, it's a good thing. I didn't realize that restricted is enough. That's all I need to know.
It is. So getting back to our topic of the roster, does anyone disagree that Bajent is going to be the number 2 quarterback suiting up every week that he's healthy?
Under the current conditions, I believe so. However, in a Teddy Bridgewater situation with the Vikings, and what was that, 2015 or whatever, somebody gets desperate and suddenly needs to trade for a quarterback. That is where Tyson Bagent becomes more valuable to the Bears than he is as their backup quarterback. It's why you go get a Case Keenum. It's so that should Bagent become really, and should he play really well through the preseason and become very enticing to another team when they run into an emergency quarterback situation, say
the Saints,
New England just traded Joe Milton, and Drake May tears his Achilles. That seems to be a popular injury right now.
That's right.
and knock on wood, hope nothing but the best for that kid. I actually really like him up there in New England. But in an emergency situation like that, suddenly Bagent becomes a lot more appealing to a team like New England. Dallas is another situation, even though they've got Joe Milton down there. Maybe he's not going along right the way. New Orleans, like Tooch said, Tyler Show, it's quite the gamble, that's for sure. So, Denver, again, Bo Nix. Minnesota, who do they have behind JJ McCarthy? You might even get a premium for a player because he's in the division.
I've been saying it for a while that they need to just trade him now. Because listen, let me pose this question to you guys. Who do you want on the sideline coaching your starting quarterback as the backup quarterback? Tyson Bagent or Case Keenum?
Well, but Case, it will be announced as the emergency quarterback, so he'll be on the sideline.
Right, but is he going to be the one that's going to be the second string, clipboard in hand, following the game, giving advice, everything that a second string quarterback does? Who do you want doing that? As much as I admire Bagent, I love Bagent. I want to see. would love to see him succeed, but we just didn't develop him enough, and we went out and got Case Keenum for a reason, and that's to be a coach on the sideline with the clipboard in hand behind Caleb Williams. Bagent's third string. Sorry. Hopefully he gets traded. It's like you said, Zim, to a team that needs a quarterback now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with all of it. The Bears have done this for years. It's something that I feel like upper management likes doing at this point in time, more so than a coaching staff, because they've done it across multiple coaching staffs at this point, where they bring in this veteran third string quarterback who never sees the field, but he's the voice of reason or the coach on the field for these guys. You know, they did it with Mark Sanchez, they did it with Nick Foles, and Nick Foles turned out to be a whole other thing. They've done it with other guys as well. Brett Ripien was another one of those guys who I mentioned recently. Josh McCown was initially supposed to be that kind of guy. So I don't know. I'm not really putting too much thought into quarterback, to be honest, because Caleb's the guy and Caleb's the guy. If Caleb goes down, so does the season. And that's the beginning, middle, and end as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
So I'm not really concerned about the backup quarterback.
Yeah, I think they keep 3 quarterbacks. the Lions went with 3, so
yeah, that's fair. I didn't consider that.
Back to gambling.
See, here is my one thing where I think that 3 makes a lot of sense.
He'll be like the emergency. Keenum will be the emergency quarterback, and count as an inactive.
Well, yeah, that's fair. He can be an inactive that way. Yep. My thing is with all of it, I think they carry 3 quarterbacks because you can't get away with Case Keenum or Tyson Bagent on your practice squad. Somebody will grab one of those guys either way.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That is my ultimate reasoning for picking 3.
Oh yeah, Keenum is too valuable as a coach.
You can stash Austin Reed on your practice squad and still be okay.
Sorry, I lost track of the question. I thought who was going to be the second stringer. It's definitely going to be 3 quarterbacks.
Yep. Yes. Yeah. The Bagent will be the second stringer.
Disagree.
You really disagree?
I did. For all the reasons I said.
I wasn't paying attention.
Well, look, Mr. Shorty,
you're not proving anything by putting Tyson. You're not going to trade him in the middle of this. What are you going to? God forbid anything happens. If nothing happens to Caleb, you're not going to trade him unless you trade him before. Either he's going to be on a team or he's not. And if he is, he has to be third string. That's why you brought in Case Keenum for $3 million a year to hold the clipboard behind Caleb Williams. Is my point.
Let me put it this way.
8 votes.
It'll be Tyson Bagent at the second string, unless there's a trade offer, like Zim said, someone comes in and offers something the Bears just can't refuse. In which case, Austin Reed promoted from the practice squad, and
those 18 guys.
There'll still be 3 quarterbacks on the 53 man. But if Case Keenum has to play at all, we're in fucking trouble.
Oh, for fucking sure.
Or fuck, the season's over.
Yeah.
We are in big trouble for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So
at that point, I'd rather see DJ Moore at quarterback, just for fun,
Yeah, I hear you. Let's turn over to the running back position. And guys, let me know if you think that there's going to be any surprises from the running back position. I have Roshan Johnson, Kyle Benange, and DeAndre Swift as the 3 running backs who are going to suit up every day. And Travis Homer is probably going to suit up most Sundays as a special teams guy.
Yep.
I think Deion Hankins is going to be a practice squad player, and so is Ian Wheeler.
Agree. I have 4. The Bears keeping 4, those 4 you mentioned, because Homer's too valuable on special teams.
Yes,
that's just it. Ian Wheeler would have to, and I know he's a fan favorite. He is this generation's Daniel Braverman or Tanner Gentry or
Devin Aroma Shadu.
Devin Aroma Shadu could actually play. That's different. But he's your training camp hero that everybody's going to love.
Tanner Gentry.
I already said Tanner Gentry. Come on.
Did you? Okay.
Give me another white wide receiver. I'm sure we've got another one that we can think of.
Tom Waddle.
who was the big wide receiver last year that flashed in the Texans?
Colin Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah. But
I
at any rate,
like him.
Ian Wheeler is going to be, another one of those guys.
Team though, he wasn't a rookie. That was
right.
Yeah.
Colin Johnson's bounced around. He's one of those guys who's got traits, but nothing else.
He's a good special teams player. Didn't he make a big special teams play?
He is. He's a pretty decent gunner now.
Yeah.
But again, it's taken 6 seasons to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kenny Marjoram, by the way, John S., I thought he was a fantastic player at USC. And because, as Jim McMahon said, Mike Ditka called plays like he was an offensive lineman, Marjoram never got the opportunity to do those acrobatic catches he did at USC all the time. That was a wasted opportunity for the Bears. Anyway.
Yep.
Wheeler has a chance, though, in my opinion, because he's faster than Homer and they have similar builds. 5'10", 210. They're both right in that range. Wheeler is a little younger. Wow, I didn't realize that. Travis Homer's only 26 years old with 7 years of experience. That is very valuable in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Ian Wheeler is coming off of that torn ACL. Younger, though. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, like Cliff says, Roschon's nothing special. Unfortunately, I think he's completely right. He's your Matsui. He's your get 3 yards and I don't need anything else from you.
Listen, I think Roschon is cut. I think that, in my opinion, Wheeler makes the team because he's a good replacement for Swift, and maybe even a better one. And I think that Monangai is going to replace what Roschon does, which is really only block well, and Monangai can block well, and he can hit he's like the perfect little change, the perfect change that you need in this offense right now is Kyle Monangai. He's going to be, I think, bigger than most people think this season as a rookie. So I honestly think that maybe Roschon is the guy that gets cut in place of those 3 plus. What's his name? The Homer.
End is in the slot left. Monangai, look at him bouncing outside. That's special. He is special. That is some kind of Monangai.
That is
I love
some
the announcing.
kind of Monangai. I love that. I want that to be my ringtone. That is some kind of Gandia. No, it doesn't have the same right.
That was the title of that was a thumbnail of one of our shows like 2 weeks ago.
Is that right?
Kind of Monangai, yeah.
I love it.
Wait, I got it. Aldo, yours just needs to be a little different. It's ay Dios mío, es Gandia.
That's good. That's good.
Aldo and I both have him only keeping 4 running backs. Right, Aldo?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
And King Booker says he looks pretty speedy to me. Yes, he's that's why I love this guy, is because he is 0 to 60 right up to the safeties. But if he breaks it past the safeties, everyone's gonna catch him. He doesn't have the long. He's like he's not a 12 speed. He's like a 5 speed. And he gets just bam right to the hole, get you 10, 15 yards, and he'll be down. If he breaks one off, it'll be someone took the wrong angle or something. But he does have
speed.
Yeah, for sure.
Good game speed. I think J2K makes a good point with that last one. I mean, the offensive line was not good last year. We've made some improvements in the offensive line, but I think Roschon Johnson's competing with Deion Hankins and not Wheeler or any of the other people because they're bigger running backs. And I kind of struggled with whether or not to put Hankins on the 53 man if he showed enough. I think we'll have to revisit it after, because I mean, if that dude becomes like a power running back with speed and power and outplays Roschon Johnson, then maybe there's a chance that he beats him out. But slim chance, not a big chance. But
who is the best blocking back on the Bears?
Pass pro or
pass.
Yeah, Monangai.
Yeah,
really.
And that's Roschon's biggest.
Never seen him do it. How can you say that? Yeah. I mean, you're judging off of college tape, right?
Yeah, he was the best one coming out of college. Him and like Travion.
Oh,
by back, do you mean like just running back, or can I include like?
Yeah, so it's a passing down.
Roshan is good pass
and
pro.
you're going to throw to one of the tight ends or a wide receiver.
No, I just wanted to clarify. I can't use like one of the defensive backs who's blocking on punt returns because I think they're better than any of the running backs at this point. Honestly,
okay.
Like these guys, this running back room is not that pass pro is not their thing. I'm sorry, I don't think any of these guys can do anything more than chip. You know, oh my God, if there's a blitzer bearing down and it's Kyle Monungai standing between him and Caleb Williams, I'm praying that Caleb is already running.
I don't know. Go back and watch some Rutgers games because he'll stick his head in there and
that's super great at Rutgers. I really want to know how many NFL caliber blitzers Rutgers played against last year. It's nothing personal against Monungai.
Penn State.
They played Penn State. And how many one-on-ones did he have against Abdul Carter?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look.
You would have to go back and look because it didn't stand out enough to notice.
Highly rated pass blocker coming out.
I'm not saying that he's not.
I'm not as afraid as you. I'll just say.
Right. My point is merely that he's from Rutgers making the transition up to the NFL. It is an entirely different level of competition.
It's a Big Ten school.
Okay.
Jeez, look at those two. They're going at each other like an Italian guy and a black woman.
Please tell me I'm the Italian guy.
It's Big Ten football. You know, Rutgers is a Power 5 team. Power 5 conference college football team.
I get it, but
it's not UTEP.
In an era where the Power 5 conferences mean less than ever. Like it's again, it's nothing personal with these guys. At the end of the day, he is a college prospect, not from an elite caliber school, going up against NFL talent. That's, to me, we have to look at it in a vacuum like that. He's a complete
just needs to
unknown.
make one block to buy Caleb Williams a couple seconds.
Right, and maybe he's really good at it. But as it
Can we
stands
just be
right now,
homers, Steve?
no, this is me being a homer. All right,
I love
You
him
guys
as a
suck the
blocking
fun out
back.
of me.
I think he'll be fine. He's going to surprise some people.
I really hope he does. Genuinely, I really hope he does. Because if he
Roshan is good though too. Good,
if he does, then a trio of Monungai, Johnson, and Swift could be a really good trio in the backfield, and
That's
like a
what they're
really
counting on.
underrated one as well.
Yep, that's what they're counting on.
Did Olin Kreutz get paid $15 an hour for that opinion? Just
Well, Samo doesn't think Homer's making the team. Wow, I got him.
I could see that if you know, one of the rookies like Hankin, one of those guys really plays superior. He's got to beat Travis Homer as a special teamer and as a pass blocker because that's the only reason he's here on this team.
Yep.
So
the young rookie, the backup running backs have got to beat him out on special teams in order to make. There's no.
Yeah.
You know, special teams value of Homer outweighs a lot of the other stuff.
Right.
Well, and here's the other thing with these guys is that our opening day roster might have 4 of them on it. We'll probably see all 6 of them at some point during the season as long as they're all healthy.
Yep.
You know, I mean, healthy all the way down the depth chart because
we
sooner or
learned
later
Hankins to be
Swift
on the
will get
practice
banged up for a game. Roshan will get a concussion. You know, Monungai will get turf toe or whatever. You know, it's the way of a running back in the NFL.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Those Hankins and Wheeler will be on the practice squad.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, we got a mixed bag there. And to kind of recap it, there definitely are some camp battles. Which of the guys, and I'll go through them again, and I want each of your opinions: Hankins, Homer, Roshan, Monungai, Swift, and Wheeler. Which of those guys could be a surprise cut? Or let me just put it this way: which is a for sure cut? Make it a different question. Do you think Hankins is going to be cut and then put on the practice squad? I think we all agree that's probably what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Unless he plays like lights out, man. Unless he shows up like Derrick Henry a couple times and just runs over people, long runs. You know,
that's the weird thing though about making these preseason picks is because so much is based on practice. You know, I mean, we've seen some guys. Who was that running back? Ryan Nall.
Ryan Nall. Yeah.
Remember him? That motherfucker was a preseason Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he was like 240 pounds with like he had good feet too. But,
yeah, and then so we're sitting.
He never got a chance though.
We're sitting here wondering how come he's not getting carries during the game. And Greg Gabriel told me, practice, Aldo. He doesn't do that in practice. So okay. So Hankins better do it in practice. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
All right. Well, again, Homer, Roshan. Some people here believe Roshan could not make the team. It is possibly not on this team. Is that correct?
It's possible. I think. I think 95% chance he makes the team, but I mean, unless he gets injured in preseason, and have a concussion, that could knock him out. He's already had the concussion problems.
Right. And Zim, you think that Wheeler might not make the team?
Yeah, I think there's a very real chance he doesn't. Just based on where his positioning was last year, he still seemed like a developmental guy, even with all the progress we'd seen last year. And now he's got to win over an entirely new coaching staff too.
Yeah.
Coming off an injury.
Yeah.
I think if nothing else, they say, hey, bud, like we like you, but you're hurt. Take another year, feel better. We'll give you a legitimate shot next season.
Yeah.
But to me, Manunga is the guy that can do all the DeAndre Swift stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I also, for what it's worth, I think this is all just a temporary situation until next season. Between free agency and the draft in 2026, this running back room is a 2025 problem and not beyond.
Yep.
Mr. Shorty with the admission that he didn't know who Hankins was on. And when I first brought up the name Hankins, he thought he was getting a hand job, but that's not the case.
Yeah, I was waiting for Mr. Hinkie to pop up.
But Samo has a great point. You know, we have a running backs coach here who could potentially bring out stuff out of guys on this roster that we have not seen yet. And that starts with DeAndre Swift.
Yep.
So
great coach.
We'll find out. That's going to be a position to watch. Definitely. You know, who knows what will happen there.
Talking about Eric Bieniemy.
Yes, indeed. That's the guy. Let's move on to the tight end position where we have Steve Carlson, Cole Kmet, Loveland, Jordan Murray, a one-year guy out of Hawaii, Durham Smythe from Notre Dame, 8-year veteran, and Joe Wilson, who Ben Johnson himself cited as one of the most impressive guys in OTAs. Joe Wilson, first-year guy out of Central Michigan, played with the Packers last year. It was on their roster. What do you guys are thinking about the tight end? Are we trading Cole Kmet? Should we just fucking bury that? Okay, as Dukes did.
I got him keeping 3 guys: Kmet, Loveland, and Smythe.
Kmet,
unfortunately,
Loveland,
I think there's a chance Joel Wilson could outplay Smythe, but you know, the guy's a veteran, Smythe. You know,
there's Tooch, I got to disagree with the amount of 12 and 13 personnel they run. I think they're definitely carrying 4 tight ends on the roster.
Would agree.
Yeah, so,
I agree with your top 3 there too,
and with Loveland's injury too. Although,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I only have 3 because. I'm right at 53, and I was like running backs, line, but trying to chop somebody, defensive backs, you know. But yeah, I could see him going 4 tight ends.
There is a good chance that the 4th tight end is not currently on the roster, that he could become a preseason cut, and it'll be somebody that the Bears will feel like this guy is definitely a better blocker. We've got 2 pass catching tight ends and Cole and the rookie. Now we need Smythe to have a complement as a blocking back, particularly if he's hurt.
I keep hearing that the Bears are going to trade Cole Kmet. Maybe they could trade for him, and he could be their 4th tight end. Because I know the Cole Kmet we're talking about is not the same guy we've seen on this team for the last 3 years, right?
I love that. What the fuck are you smoking over there, Zim?
I think we have to look at like the legitimate possibility of Steven Carlson making this team. He was on this roster last year and like contributed, and people just kind of forget about that. And like, for as bad as this team was last year and nobody remembers Steven Carlson, Isn't that kind of a good thing? All things considered, he doesn't play the same position as Loveland or Komet, right? Those guys both play they both play different positions too, right? And this is what makes this offense so difficult. I think they might even carry, 4, I think is probably their minimum. I think there's a chance they carry 5 tight ends and 5 wide receivers rather than carrying 4 and 6 like a lot of teams do.
Because I was going to say that because they could consider Loveland to be a wide receiver / tight end.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Okay, sorry.
I think that was for sure. But no, I served you a drink. It was half of that, and now you got like double the drink. Who's serving you?
That's what I was thinking with Samo. The fourth tight end.
This is
They
my
just bring them up. Bring them up from the practice squad.
Dude just ignores what we're talking about.
This is my orange flavored soda using my Soda Stream.
Okay, all right.
The scotch is gone already.
Teacher's been drinking that gay water again.
Shorty, have another gay water.
Is that similar to what I'm drinking right now? I'm drinking fairy nectar.
Oh.
That's even worse.
Big
sorry.
deal.
Samo, the fourth tight end, might sit on the practice squad and move up to 40-man game day roster when needed. Totally agree.
I said three. They just bring up a guy like Wilson or Murray or whatever, Carlson.
Yeah, I think Komet, Loveland, Smythe, and Carlson would be my 4. Joel Wilson as a dark horse to possibly beat out Carlson, but as far as I'm aware, Wilson's more of a pass catcher and Carlson's more of a blocker, so I could be wrong on that.
All right, let's move on to a different position.
Carlson was a former wide receiver.
Carlson,
Princeton, wasn't he?
At Princeton, yeah, he was, but he
was a wide receiver. He's
6'4", 250. I mean, that guy's an additional lineman on your line. Yeah.
Who's the other guy from Princeton that was also a wide receiver and moved over to tight end? He was.
You're thinking of Harvard, and it was Jesper Horsted.
Oh, You're right.
Jesper Horsted. Yep.
I like that guy, man.
I miss him. Speaking of white pass catchers for the Bears that were great in training camp.
Yes, he's an all-pro. Okay, let us move on to a different position. What say you guys about the wide receiver position?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear Luther Burden's going to be cut. We haven't seen him play yet, and that's really concerning.
And we're trading Cole Komet.
Yeah, he hasn't signed his contract. We haven't seen him practice yet. It's a soft tissue injury, which everybody knows are imaginary because I get them all the time, so they must not be that bad. Honestly, I really like the bottom half of this wide receiver room, like more than I have in a long time. So like your top 3 are like locked, like probably top 4, actually, I would say are locked in DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden. And my 4th would be Olamide Zacchaeus. I think Zacchaeus is a pretty good lock on this roster one way or another. And so in my world where you're keeping potentially 5 and 5, I think the last guy you keep on the roster is Devin Duvernay.
Yep, that's what I have.
Miles Boykin makes a very strong argument to me. I think this is the year we finally see Tyler Scott go. And the biggest reason for that is he can't catch. It's the thing that we've seen plague a lot of these late round picks from the Bears, where they've got these skills. They can separate and they can run after the catch and they can do all these things, but they can't catch. They can't do the one thing that wide receivers are supposed to do, and that's catch the ball. And we've seen it with Javon Wims, with Riley Ridley, with Cam Meredith his first 2 years with the Bears. All these guys, the list goes on and on and on. And it seems like Tyler Scott's just the latest in a long line of talented guys who can't figure out that one little bit. So anyway.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Are you mad about it, Zim? Mr. Shorty, what do you think about the wide receiver position?
I agree with Zim. I think that the top 4 are a lock. And after that, it's you keep 5 or 6. That's going to come down to preseason. And I think the battle between the tight end, the backup tight ends, and the backup receivers. And I think that'll determine ultimately how many they keep for each. So I can agree with you on that, Zim.
Yeah. Tooch, you got any surprise cuts there?
I think you can cut Tyler Scott and sneak him out of the practice squad.
Yeah, probably. If the Ravens don't decide to pick him up.
They can have
he seems like a Ravens kind of player to me, you know?
Little kid from TCU, JP Richardson, turned some heads in camp, a guy that Ben Johnson mentioned.
That's your white pass catcher this year.
Yeah, the white pass catcher right there. The camp favorite. But I think that they'll keep 5. I know everyone's like, oh, they're going to keep like 6 or 7 white. I'm not so sure. I think, again, they could just go with 5 and keep a couple on the practice squad. And if they need to, bring them up. You know, I don't see there's 5 wide receivers. You know, that's enough of a rotation for all those guys to catch balls.
Tyler Scott will definitely pass through waivers unless there's a team out there that really values bad hands on their wide receiver.
Shit, he's going to be a Packer.
All right, just to digress here for a second, are you guys worried at all that the Packers might have upgraded their wide receiver position to something resembling, hey, not too bad with Matthew Golden? Really?
No.
And they're okay.
I'm not worried about anything with the Packers, period. They have a great head coach and a dumbass running the organization.
They have like 4 or 5 number 2 wide receivers and no lead dog.
Exactly. Okay, you know who the Packers are right now? Like, and this is awesome to see from the outside looking in because they don't see it, and we know what it's like to be in that position. The Green Bay Packers right now are the Jay Cutler Bears. They've got a bunch of number 2 receivers. They've got a pretty good defense. They've got a quarterback who can't decide if he wants to be talented or not. They've got a pretty good head coach and nobody to run the thing and put it all together for him. The guy running the show, Gutekunst, is just not doing a good job.
He's on the last year of his contract too, so
might be the last year of his contract. Yeah.
I don't know.
So how many wide receivers do you have them keeping, Aldo?
I got them keeping 6, the top 3, of course. With
Boykin, your 6th?
Yes, Miles Boykin.
That was what I struggled with. I thought there was a chance that they could keep just for his blocking and his special teams.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I like it. I like Boykin.
You're losing either a defensive back or linebacker if you keep Boykin.
I like Samori Toure too, though. Like, I really do. He's a good special teamer. John Jackson's a guy who was there last year with the Bears, I believe. And
Caleb's buddy.
He's earned his right to be there, too. He's a practice squad guy, probably.
Yeah, he's practice squad, no doubt. Yeah, got to be a good blocker. We know the saying, no block equals a no rock. All right, let's go to the offensive linemen, and then maybe next week we'll tackle the defense because we're running long in the show.
For sure.
Yep.
Offensive linemen, guys, here's how
9.
You got 9. I got Darnell Wright at right tackle, and I got Ozzie Trapillo being the swing tackle, right and left tackle, at least to start the season. At right guard, Jackson from the trade with the Rams. At center, of course, Drew Dahlman. At left guard, it's going to be the future All-Pro, Joe Tooney. The swing guard is going to be my guy, Bill Murray. Boy, he's gained some weight since last year. If you've noticed the updated weight rankings on the Bears website, 321. And then at left tackle is the big battle. It's going to be between Braxton Jones and Karan Amagaji. They will both make the team. Now, Greg Gabriel is saying he's almost certain that if those two rookies, not two rookies, but if Amagaje and the rookie Trapillo play well at the tackle position, he thinks that the Bears are going to try to trade Braxton Jones and get a mid-round draft pick for him, because this is the last year of his contract. Try to get something for him.
Yeah.
But that's how I see the offensive line position.
Yeah, I have Luke Newman as the ninth.
Luke, he's a practice squad player, in my opinion.
All right.
But Greg loves him.
Well,
Did you have Doug Kramer?
You only have eight linemen then?
No, Doug Kramer.
Okay, you have Kramer instead
Doug,
of
no,
Newman.
I don't have Doug Kramer.
Okay.
I hate Doug Kramer. I want to see something bad happen to Doug Kramer.
Who's your ninth guy instead of Luke Newman?
Let's see. Let me look over.
You did see something bad happen to him. He fumbled the ball on the goal line.
Yeah, fucker.
Well, he's a center, not a running back.
Report as eligible too one time.
Yeah, right. Maybe he's not on the roster.
I can see Kramer.
Theo Benedict.
Okay.
And Ryan Bates has a chance too.
Yeah.
Ryan Bates is probably there just because of the money they owe him.
Mm-hmm. And I think Poles likes him. Likes his titties.
I have Newman there because he would back up Dahlman at center.
J2K says that he's heard that the Bears are in love with Doug Kramer. I heard something like that too.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It could be because he's a nice guy.
That's weird because I heard that Kramer.
Maybe he's really good. Maybe he's really good at center.
Kramer versus Kramer.
Yeah, exactly.
But he didn't play over Coleman Shelton though last year. I don't know. You know, if he was that good, why didn't he play over Shelton?
Yeah, this is like Dieter Iceland. The Bears love Dieter Iceland too. Why? Because he knew all the good German beer joints in town.
I feel like Ricky Stromberg's kind of in that category.
Can we all agree that Ricky Stromberg is not making this team? He was an emergency pickup. Unless he's done something really special with his conditioning and stuff, I don't see him making this team.
Yeah.
I would agree. I've got Karan Amagaji as a left guard backup. Maybe going to tackle, but I think left tackle is between Tripoli and Braxton, and whoever wins it, and whoever doesn't. But the other one's going to be a backup. I just don't see Karan being a left tackle. I just don't. I think he's going to be a better guard. I think that's where they're going to put him. That's behind Tooney, right? So then behind the center, I've got 10. I think they're keeping 10. So behind the center, I think it could be Newman, could be Kramer, but I think it could be Newman too. And then the other side, you've got the guy we traded for from the Rams starting.
No.
And then of course dude, my guy too, Aldo, Bill Murray. Like we were doing the All-22 last year, and J2K and PJ and Samo and I, we were just like, we couldn't stop talking. I know it was just the Panthers game, but it was also the next game that he played. He started and played. He was just going to work, man, the whole damn game. He was, at one point, he took out his own guy, went over and helped Braxton Jones, took out his guy, went over and helped the center, took out his guy, and he was still looking for work. And it was a shame to see him get injured. I think that he is a player that we cannot count out at all as Bill Murray. So, and then on the other side, behind Darnell Wright, that's a question mark for me. Who's that? Is that the swing tackle? Is that if Tripoli doesn't win the job at left tackle?
I think it's too much to expect that Ozzie is going to win the left tackle position. So they're training him to be the swing tackle this season. And I know it's a second round draft pick and so forth, but I don't think Ozzie is ready to beat out Braxton and Karan Amagaji, although I have not seen enough of Karan Amagaji to say that with great confidence.
Yeah.
But I see him as the third option at left tackle. He'll eventually be a very good offensive lineman, no doubt about it. But rushing these guys when you've got the depth the Bears have, to me, is not necessary.
So maybe it is Braxton at left and Amagaji at left, and then Tripoli at right. But Tripoli could play left if he has to.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know who's. So that's 2, 4. That's 10, right? I got 10.
You got 10.
Yeah. So no, that would be. I would need another guard though, because if I have Karana Amagaji as a backup left guard.
Oh, that's right.
That would be 11 then, right?
Well, they could carry 9.
Well, I'm already trying to get to 10. If Tripoli's a swing tackle, then that's 11, right? So I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. We haven't seen enough of Karan Amagaji. We don't know. We don't know. That's the scary part. We don't know. That's for me. I'm more. My brain is going more towards Tripoli as really standing out.
I love it.
I think he's going to stand out.
Just make Tripoli.
I don't know who this Tripoli guy is, but he sounds great.
Well, who were your linemen? Although you had.
I announced my lineman at the top of my little rant.
So it was Theo Benedict over. So you didn't have any backup for Drew Dahlman.
Fuck. Because he'll get hurt the first fucking play.
Yeah, I have Newman backing him up, but it could be Doug Kramer.
Yeah, because I
was either Newman or Kramer for me, but
I hope Luke Newman is 10 times better than Doug Kramer, which even by those standards means that he's average at best. So yeah, Newman back up at center. I'll hope for that because I've never seen him really play, to be honest with you. So we'll see.
Thank you, Carl, for correcting me. Trapoli. I'm like, you guys are making fun of me. Did I get this wrong?
Trapilo.
Ozzy Trapilo. Not Trapoli. Tripoli.
Guy is a big motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he is. He reminds me of Keith Van Horn, only a left tackle.
Van Horn was big too. He was like 6'7".
Yes.
He just has that center of gravity.
They weren't fat.
Mama, may I have cookie?
No, Diabito. Roll back to kitchen.
Diabito.
I love that. All right, you guys want to look at some titties?
Yeah, let's look at some titties.
All right, I think I got an open for this. It goes something like this.
Oh, no.
Whose titties are those? Whose titties are those? These titties, those titties. Whose titties are those? Guess whose breasts are on this chest, and you'll win nothing at all.
I've never seen a guy more by titties than Steven Zimmerman.
That was AI, huh?
Yeah,
that was great.
Fed it the lyrics, and it came up with that. So
you're having fun with that shit, aren't you, Aldo? That's fun shit, isn't it?
But these are the new Pokemon cards I got this week. Yeah.
Oh, that little robot overloads.
The AI was working overtime on that one, man.
It sure was.
I'll show you my new prize that just came in the mail yesterday.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'll wait for Mr. Shorty to get back, and I'll tell you the rules of our little quiz show.
All right, yeah, we got
Mr. Shorty or Mr. Stubby? I can never remember.
He's
Mr. Scrody.
Mr. Low IQ. That's what I call him. A2K like the lyrics of that one.
Yeah, that was a classic.
I like it too. Let's hear it again.
Yeah.
Whose titties are those? Whose titties are those? These titties, those titties. Whose titties are those? Guess whose breasts are on this chest, and you'll win nothing at all.
I
great.
I always have terrible endings to my
It's
little
really
song
catchy,
catchies.
though, man.
It is catchy.
Yeah.
Fucking Mr. Shorty's making top 40 hits with his AI music producer get up.
Nice. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. You'll have to share some of that stuff on this show.
Is that the Down with BCP?
Yeah,
No?
down with BCP is, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
The updated one, because you
Yeah.
did one earlier, right?
Yeah, no, that the updated one is, yeah.
Is there a Foster song yet? That'd be awesome if there was.
I haven't gotten that creative, Aldo. That's a good idea.
It's a great idea, Tooch. All right, here are the rules for this game. I will put up a picture of titties, and right under it
This would be great.
will be clues that will slowly reveal on the video. There will also be a 30-second countdown. So the quicker you guess the name, those are the points that you will get. So if you guess it within 10 seconds, you'll get 20 points. All right. So we're all going to take turns so we're not talking over one another. Tooch, then Zim, and then our guest, Shorty. And you each will get 4 titties to judge, which is 2 people.
2 people. All right. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Tooch,
I got to stretch first, Aldo. Let me lift her up.
I love it. Very, very good. Hey, wait, what are you doing over there? You go over there. All right. So the first one for you, this is probably gonna fucking be the worst segment we've ever done there, but we will go anyway. All right. So here comes the clue. The clock will be on the right-hand side, but
How
focus
do I raise my hand?
No, you're the only. This is your boob to identify.
And just shout out the boob, right?
Well, as soon as you can. And everybody else, please quiet and no help from the peanut gallery in the chat. Here we go.
All right. Yep.
25 seconds. And the first clue is he released a rap album in 2005. Should have put music to this. And in 2016, he appeared in his first movie. By the way, this is a guy.
I've had it since the picture first popped up.
And the final clue is that he gained fame as a WWE wrestler, and it's John Cena. 0 points for two.
That's not fair, Aldo. You didn't put a picture up there.
I was like,
maybe I didn't put a picture. There was a picture of his titties.
I haven't studied man boobs that much, Aldo.
I threw.
I was waiting for a woman's boobs.
All of you are going to get.
I've studied more women's boobs. I'll tell you that.
I hate that I recognize John Cena immediately. Immediately.
Oh, see, I was trying to kind of.
Once I got the Marine, I was like, "Who was in that movie? Damn it!"
Yeah,
that was his film debut, and then immediately afterwards, he was in that piece of shit Amy Schumer film.
Oh, I thought that was a great film.
Oh,
yep.
That scene
we might be thinking of different films, but yeah,
that scene where he's
been in a couple with her.
Well, the first one, which was he's in it with Bill Hader.
Yeah.
And she has sex with John Cena. That scene is hilarious when they're fucking her. All right, it is now Zim's turn, and Zim, here is again. As soon as you recognize it, let us know who you're talking about here, because here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Should I do it that way? Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. The first clue is regarded as one of the greatest comics of all time.
Is it George Carlin?
It is not George Carlin. He won an Oscar in 1998.
Oh, jeez.
And he gained fame, 5 seconds, in the TV series Mork and Mindy.
Oh, it's Alan. Oh my God.
Oh my
Robin
gosh.
Williams. Why did I keep saying Alan? Because he played, his character was Alan in some movie that he did. It's Robin Williams.
Jesus, you guys are awful.
Yeah. Well, we haven't studied a lot of man boobs.
If it was a more recent Robin Williams picture, I probably would have gotten it.
Good
Remember,
titties.
know him before he was Genie in Aladdin.
Cliff's saying that we're starting to lose
right,
viewers soon.
Yeah.
Right.
Better show. Well, I have to do. I picked 2 for each person, and I thought it
that
would
was
just
going to be Sacha Baron Cohen in that last one.
Yeah, that would have been a good guess. So I figured I have to pick 2 for each person, and one will be a guy, one will be a girl. So, Shorty, here comes yours, and so you already know it's a guy. All right, here you go.
Robin Williams.
Oh,
good guess.
That's the wrong one.
Oh.
Let me get rid of that.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
All right, there you go. Clues.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Wrong.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Correct. 20 fucking points.
That's not fair. You showed his biceps too.
Oh, you're right. I'll take 5 points off. 15 points. All right. Hey, we're gonna start seeing women boobies now, people. Don't turn off the show. All right, we're gonna.
Sure, I knew 2 of them immediately, and you gave me the one.
Look at chat. John S. This sucks. Cliff Victoria. What the fuck, Aldo? You're gonna start losing viewers soon.
Exactly. I had my eye on them. All right, should we snake through, or should we start back with Tooch at top? What do you guys want?
Go back with Tooch.
All right, Tooch. Here we go. Tooch, I apologize. I gave you a tough one to start with because I threw a curveball at you. This next one is a tough one too. So I apologize, but you're the guy. You know, you're the guy that can get it done.
All right.
All right. First clue. She made her TV debut at age 16. All My Children. Her boobies were not that big when she was 16. She gained fame in Percy Jackson's Sea of Monster movie. And then her breasts gained notoriety and fame when she appeared on True Detective.
I don't know.
I'm surprised.
Never heard of her.
Are you serious?
Scream. She
Never
was in
heard of her.
Scream.
No.
Come on, Aldo.
Wow.
She's like a horror movie icon.
Yes.
Who the hell knows who Alexandria Daddario is?
Never heard of her.
My fist.
She has the most shockingly blue eyes of any actress I've seen.
She is so beautiful. Do you not know she was not from the White Lotus? Actually, she was in White Lotus, wasn't she? In True Detective, she gets on top of Woody Harrelson, takes off her top, and those breasts start hanging there. And I still have not unpaused my TV. This was 8 years ago.
Hold on a second. Then that was a breast double because her boobs don't hang. They're not hanging from anything.
That's the dress. Hold on a second.
Go watch Scream. You'll understand.
Oh, please, guys, don't do this to me. You're making it seem like I'm not an absolute expert on titties.
Making me feel like I've got a little too much in common with Aldo right now, guys.
I didn't know that was her name. I remember that scene from True Detective. I just don't remember that. I didn't remember that was her name.
All right, so here. Oh, let me save that. I'm loading another picture of her. It's actually a dual picture. Let's see if I can get it up here quickly. You know who she is?
Yeah, through like less goth looking images of her. Yeah, definitely.
She's freaking gorgeous, man.
Well, those are some nice boobs. Okay. Moving on.
Watch True Detective. I'm going to find the episode.
Yeah,
and
it's been a while since that one was on, though.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
What year was that?
Was that the Woody Harrelson one?
Yeah, no, that was year one.
Matthew
McConaughey and Matthew McConaughey. Yeah.
Okay, that was so long ago, I forgot.
Yeah, what year was that? It was like 2014, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
All right.
All right. So, Tooch, your final score is 0 points. I'll do a better job as a producer of the show. Hey, let's, Shorty is leading by 15 points. So, Zim, pressure's on you.
This is it.
Yep.
Oh, that's bullshit. I got docked 5 points for your error.
Well, I promise not to get high next time.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Exactly. Very, very true. All right, Zim, I'm going to be very disappointed in you, my son, if you don't get this one really early. And here it comes. All right, first clue as we hit
Halle Berry.
Oh, 24 points right there.
Oh, that's bullshit. You got 4 extra points and I got -5.
I'm sorry, I saw Swordfish, all right?
That's right.
Okay, that's from Swordfish, yeah.
That's right. She was a Bond girl also. Yep. Swordfish was with John Travolta, but she was a Bond girl in Die Another Day, I think it's called.
Yep.
And there she is, Halle Berry, who is now 58 years old and still looks this awesome. Yep. She's an incredible specimen.
She is.
Yeah, she really does.
All right, let's see how people in the chat are responding to all this nonsense. Yeah, she's from James Bond. I haven't seen GG since I played poker. He hasn't seen GG.
Greg Gabriel?
All right. So the score is Tooch 0, Zim 24, and Mr. Shorty 15.
20.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the last clue. So I can feel the suspense here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get this right.
All right, who is it? Oh, if you don't get this one, I will really, really question your masculinity.
Okay. Bring it up. My wife.
She's a natural redhead.
Dolly Parton.
Cheap.
Nope.
Dual citizen of the United States.
And the UK.
Oh.
And she found fame on the TV series Mad Men.
Oh, Dolly Parton.
You don't know who
Sure, I didn't know her for that big. My goodness.
What was it? Did you see Mad Men?
I would have never guessed her name.
I watched like part of the first season, then I kind of gave up on it, but I heard it was really awesome.
Please. She plays the office manager at an advertising firm, and she commands great respect among everyone, and it's primarily because her bosom. That's right. But she's also tough and kind, and she's having an affair with one of the partners. And there's this one clip that is so perfect. He is telling her that he can't see her anymore. He can't see her as the mistress, and he looks at her and says, "I can't tell you how wonderful it's been for me to explore every one of those delicious curves on your big body." Like, damn, dude. Catherine Hendricks is her name, from Mad Men. And thank you all for putting up with this stupid fucking game. We'll never play it again. Oh, Adrian Barbeau would have been a good one. You know who I shared this idea with Dan Aguirre, and Dan Aguirre says, "Me and my wife want to play that game."
Yeah,
he would have crushed it.
Oh my gosh! Yep,
he would have known who Alexandria Daddario was.
Hey Zim, did you know the last one, Hendricks?
No, I don't know her at all. I don't know anything about her acting career. I've never seen Mad Men. Yeah.
Okay, I got one for you, Aldo.
Okay. You going to go ahead and share it, or you want to describe it?
Yep, I'm going to share it.
John says that the bit failed, but the song was good. Thanks to AI.
I just want you all to know that cost an African village 12 gallons of drinking water, all right?
It's this one for you, Aldo.
Okay.
Whose titties are these?
Can we put them up on the screen?
Can't you pull it up? I can't pull it up. You got to pull it up.
Before presenting a scheme, remove other media streams. Oh, I see. I got that open.
Got to remove one.
All right, so there it is. Oh, I know who that is. Immediately. It's Pam Anderson.
There you go. Give us some easy ones.
I guess that too, yeah.
Give us some easy ones. Who the hell is Alexandria Daddario? Who was the last girl? Give me some good ones.
Christina Hendricks.
How about what was the old Sports Illustrated Playboy or Sports Illustrated Model of the Year? What's her name? Great name. Give us some better ones, man. Come on.
So like who? Jessica Rabbit?
Jessica Rabbit.
All right, I'll make it next time, but it's all going to be Pokemon gym leaders, all right?
No! All right, hold on. I wish I could just freeze the video because there's some other cool ones on the video that I didn't use. All right, watch the video that opens this sequence and then tell me if you recognize anyone.
Whose titties are those? Whose titties are those? These titties, those titties. Whose titties are those? Guess whose breasts are on this chest? And you'll win nothing at all.
Well, I saw all the ones we used in
All the
show,
ones we used, yep.
Plus, I believe Scarlett Johansson.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
And my other guess was Allison Brie.
Nope. Well, that's a good one. I'm going to look for pictures of Allison Brie tonight.
Allison Brie, okay. Not to be crass by any means, but I think we've already gone past that with this whole segment.
No shit.
Had a network
That's why I
TV
added guys.
had a network TV show name a character after her breasts.
Is that right?
Did you guys not ever see Community?
No, I
Community
never saw,
network show on NBC. Her
I know.
character's name was Annie. They had a pet monkey named Annie's Boobs. Just as a gag.
I never ever saw it.
Oh my god, that show is hilarious. The first 4 seasons are literally perfect comedy gold. The most true to life while still accurately hilarious comedy I think I've ever read or seen or whatever. Community is an amazing show.
Whose boobs are those, Aldo?
Okay, let's see. Oh, I know who this is. But I don't want to say it right away because that would mean you take the picture down. and I will not. That is my girl.
Anyone else want to guess?
No, fuck them. This is Selma Hayek.
Oh, you're 2 for 2.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody wins, folks.
You know how many hours in one day I think about these titties.
Good job, bro.
Oh,
all right. Well, I was wrong in my 2 guesses.
All right, you're out. That's out here. You're out of here.
I got one more. And this one's open. So whoever gets it first, just yell it out. I'm surprised you guys didn't mention it in the open. Clues.
Is that Marilyn Manson?
That is Marilyn Manson. Zimba, 25 bonus points. That's how you start next week's game.
That's the album. That's the album cover of Mechanical Animals.
Yep, that's exactly right.
The final release actually does not have nipples on it because it was deemed too graphically inappropriate.
That is right. I hope YouTube doesn't mind me using this picture. This person, one of the clues was this person grabbed Dan Aguirre's nuts.
Those are not Marilyn Manson's breasts. Those are prosthetics.
Those are indeed prosthetics.
Okay, I got one more for you, Aldo, since you're 2 for 2.
Oh, this is a tough one.
I can't remember her name though.
Oh, that would be hard. This is a tough one. God, let me think. And any help from the chat is it's not Helen Mirren, Cliff. It may have been Helen Mirren 60 years ago, but it's not her now. John says clearly you're having some generational issues with the boobs that have been selected. Janet Jackson, by the way, was on that video, and so I'm still working on this one. I am going to. It's not this person. I considered Eva Mendes, but it's not her.
That's a good guess, though.
I can't think of her name. I'll just have to show her whole image.
All right, go ahead.
I can't remember her damn name.
Sorry, already came.
It is this girl. Hold on a second. Come on, save.
Don't you wish all that stuff was automatic? You know, what the fuck happened to AI? It's supposed to make our lives easier.
There we go. This girl. Can't think of her name though.
Oh, Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus! Look at that.
Wow. America's Next Top Model. There you go.
Oh, my goodness.
She's my next wet dream is what she is.
My wife. That's my wife.
All
right.
Very, very nice. Jessica Alba would be a good one.
Jessica Alba.
What about asses? Whose ass is that? Should we play that next time?
Was that too hard, right?
No, not if I put up Jordan Love. I bet you'd recognize that one.
That's fair. Whose ass is this? Green Bay's.
Yeah, you guys are. I'm having way too much fun with you guys now.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's finish the show up talking a little bit about pop culture. Did you hear? Oh, there's my.
We're done here. Where's the recording?
That's my avatar.
We're done here.
Oh my God! Who is this?
I don't know who that is, but she's someone famous. 10 celebrity butts.
That's got to be Nicki Minaj. You think?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
John says the thought of all using Burt Reynolds' ass is going. Yeah, same here, bro.
All right, let's move.
Cliff thinks that we should do big butts because we all like big butts, and we cannot lie.
Cannot lie. Is this Nicki Minaj though?
I think that picture you had up was Nicki Minaj.
It's definitely somebody. That's for sure.
Hold on. Let me share the.
Are you guys fan of butt implants?
No.
Yeah, neither am I.
Is that Nicki Minaj?
Let's see. No, it's not. It's Rihanna.
Can't wait for that.
Rihanna's ass is not that big. That's enhanced. I've studied Rihanna's ass.
Next week's show, whose butt is this?
Bears and butts.
Which one of you guys is going to show your butt? I showed my boobs. All right, guys, seen anything in the world of movies or heard a song that you want to share with the group? I'll start it off. I saw a movie last night, the night before last. It's called A Good Ass. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's not a porno, shorty. Don't go there, man.
Well,
was I in it?
Took the subject and just ran with it.
It stars who was the woman who was in Parks and Recreation, Big Eyes. She's Puerto Rican, but doesn't look at all like she's Puerto Rican.
Like she's Indian?
Yeah, it looks more like she's
Indian. Anne, yeah.
Let me see.
Her name
starts with an R. Rashida Jones.
Nope. Although I love her. It is Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah. All right. So this
the other girl from Parks and Rec. Got it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And she's hilarious. She stars in a movie with a Canadian teenage actress named Maisie Stala, and her character is named Elliot. Elliot goes out with her friends. It's school is over. Summer is coming to a close. She's going to college. And so she goes with her high school best friends and they do mushrooms. One goes off and has a trip doing this, and another one goes off having a trip. And Maisie, the Elliot character, her trip involves her talking to her 39-year-old version of herself. And the 39-year-old version is played by Aubrey Plaza. And so she starts to get advice from Aubrey Plaza about how she should live her years because she's got the experience and so forth. And it becomes one of these fucking stories where at times you're like, oh man, all this moral goody shit and stuff, but then all of a sudden you find yourself fucking crying, man. I mean, it is has an emotional wallop to it. It's a great movie to see with your girlfriend, your wife, your mistress, whoever. And I highly recommend it. It's called My Old Ass.
My Old Ass.
Yes. So
What's
that's
that?
I saw it on Prime Video. Shot in Canada, Mr. Shorty, because I know your wife's in the movie business and stuff. So they shoot these movies in Canada because the budget, they can cut it by a third, and it's awful to hear that.
I have a family member up in Canada right now scouting locations.
Is that right? Jeez, hate that. All right, Dude, you seen anything that you want to share?
Yeah, I saw a couple movies since then. I saw the remake of The Amateur, the reboot with Rami Malek.
Oh, how is that? He's a great actor.
It was good. It was the original was with John Savage, 1981, I think. A nerdy CIA analyst girlfriend, his wife. His wife is killed by terrorists, so his bosses aren't doing enough, he thinks, to find her killers. So he he blackmails them to letting him train and go after these terrorist organization. It was pretty good.
Who stars in the new version?
Rami Malek.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Bohemian Rhapsody playing Freddie Mercury and Mr.
Excellent.
Robot.
Excellent
Robot.
actor.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yes.
Yep. And it has I forget that language. Julianne Nicholson. Holt McElhaney.
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal and Lawrence
Bernthal.
Fishburne. So pretty good cast.
Excellent
Fishburne
cast.
as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne's like a grizzled old CIA agent that trains him to, go out in the field, weapons and stuff. And it was a good movie, man. It was clever twists and gadgets and one step ahead type of plotting. So it was good. And then other one I saw was called Greedy People with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That also had a really good cast. And it's like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's just like he's like a inappropriate meathead cop. It's like his character's hilarious. Like
he's a great actor.
He has a ton of range. He's got a ton of range.
Yes.
So he plays this like lovable loser police officer who's kind of a dick but kind of lovable, And then he's training a new partner played by Hamish Patel, an Indian actor. I forget what he was in, but he's like, hey, I got 3 rules: don't kill anybody. Of course, on the first day, someone gets killed, and they find $1 million, and all of the surrounding people in this small island community are after the $1 million, and they're all fucking greedy as hell. It's got a really good cast. Jim Gaffigan's in it. I forget who else is in it.
What's it called again?
Greedy People.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's funny. It was good. It's a black comedy, a dark comedy.
He was in Don John. Do you remember, guy? Remember? I think I got the title right. Where he plays a guy who's addicted. He's addicted to porn, and he's trying to get off of his addiction because he's dating this really hot chick played by Scarlett Johansson. It's a fucking hilarious movie.
I saw that too. Yeah, that was good.
Hamish Patel was in Tenet. And, Don't Look Up and Yesterday. Some of the other actors, Lily James, Tim Blake Nelson, he's really good in it. Simon Rex, who has been playing a lot of small. He was in Red Rocket with one. It's one of that Sean. What's that guy's name? Sean Murphy. I think who did the one that won the Academy Award. He did that Florida apartment complex one. I forgot what it's called. With Willem Dafoe was the apartment or motel manager, and that like cast of like crazy characters. And then
was it Best Picture that they won?
Yeah, won Best Picture recently. It's like a Russian hooker movie, Honora or something like that. Was it Honora?
Oh yes, Honora. Yeah.
The director of Honora was one of the directed Red Rocket, which was also good. It's like, you know, these lower income stories of like poor people, you know, Florida. Red Rocket, I think, was Florida also. It was really good. Greedy People was really funny, man. It had a lot of twists and stuff as they're trying to figure out what to do, how they could keep this $1 million.
Okay.
So, yeah, you'd probably like it, Aldo. Sounds
like a good movie.
It's a dark comedy.
Anything with there's a few actors, you know. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is one of them. I'll watch anything he's in.
Yep. Yeah, he's great. He's like they're riding around their first day of work, and he's like, I got this band. He's like, what? You want to hear it? He puts in this cassette. It's like terrible recording of like bad metal with him singing. And he's like, yeah, I play all the instruments. I sing. And he's like, it was so bad. It was so funny though, man.
That sounds good. And Gordon Levitt has a podcast out that I've listened to probably 6 episodes. It's about creativity. And every week, every show, he has a guest who works in the world of creativity, whether they're a director, an actor, a graphic artist. And so for J2K, you might be interested in checking out Joseph Gordon Levitt's podcast. I think it's called Creative. And anyone who is interested in the creative process and thinking about creativity might get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
He said, well, in his first podcast, he said, one of the things that has helped me be more creative is getting off of social media, because I was spending time on social media just trying to come up with clever things to say, and then seeing how many people liked it or retweeted. It was like I was involved in a video game or something. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm not gaining much out of this. It's just, and I'm almost becoming like a dick. You know, I need to get more views than fucking Seth Rogen. You know, what the fuck? And so that's his first podcast episode, and it's a really good one. Anyways,
People I think you can find on Stars.
Greedy People on Stars. Yeah, I don't have Stars anymore.
There's no trailer out there for it, huh?
Let me see.
It's kind of, this would be a good Aldo would like. This is like an Aldo movie, I think. You would like these kind. You like these kind of movies.
I like all fucking kind of movies.
Yeah, true. And titties.
Exactly.
Oh my God! I just came across a pair of titties. I want to show you these and ask you who this is.
We've been talking movies. Shorty's still looking for titties. Aldo.
No, I was actually YouTubing Joseph Gordon-Levitt's podcast, trying to find it. And I came across a video, and the first image is a famous girl with titties. It's like you would never.
Daniel Fishel, also known as Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Shorty,
since we're talking podcasts, sorry.
Are you saying that I will not guess who this woman is?
I don't think you will.
You want to share it now, or should we look at the trailer?
I'll share it right now.
All right, I can't wait.
Let me wait.
I love this. While we vamp for a second, Clayton Kershaw just got his 3,000th career strikeout.
All right, nice.
Against the White Sox, and the White Sox CHSN account immediately after congratulates Sean Burke on his 95th career strikeout. Oh, golden!
Hey, Cliff is inviting you to his seafood boil.
Nice.
Guys, get your shit together.
Dude, if you're in Florida, you can go to.
I love going for seafood boil.
Dude, Cliff's seafood boil is.
Nice.
I haven't stopped thinking about it.
That's like some light bondage.
And you say she's famous, right?
Uh-huh.
Those look artificially enhanced a bit.
Maybe.
I'll
give you a hint.
Okay.
She was on an 80s sitcom.
Oh. It's not Pam Anderson, that's for sure.
Was that Xena?
Her dad was a doctor on the show.
Her dad on the show.
Lucy Lawless?
No. Lucy's titties aren't that big.
Okay. That outfit kind of reminds me of Xena.
Is her hair really that color the way it is there?
Yeah. Yeah.
You stumped me on this one, man.
Yep, me too.
All right.
Is it Fresh Prince? J2K wants to know.
There you go. That's who
Oh, are you kidding me? That's not her chest. That's not her chest. That's not her chest. You have been fooled by the internet, my friend.
No, it came across the infamous scene that took A Different World off the air.
No.
And you got
Lisa
clickbaited.
Bonet does not have double D's.
Yeah, there's no way.
She's got B's.
Here. This is where I got it from.
J2K is on my side here.
Look.
Hooch is on my side. Oh, look at this.
Not that rusty.
The infamous scene that took A Different World off the air.
Yeah, okay. So you're taking their word for it over mine. Play that video. It's got to be somebody talking and stuff, right? The real reason Lisa Bonet was fired from A Different World.
I don't like the way they're treating Lisa Bonet. You disrespect her.
The 23-minute video.
Yeah, I know. It's like, get to the point.
Jasmine Guy's portrayal of Whitley Gilbert went from a typical Southern belle to a more.
Who cares about that?
Yeah, she was hot too, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lisa Bonet's breasts are not that big.
Yeah, it can't be.
Trust me on that one. I could send you proof, but I want to hear what Zim's pop culture movie or song is. But it looks like he's satisfying himself right now. He's got
going through Instagram, waiting for y'all to finish your whatever
dirty talk. What do you got, Zim?
Yeah, I haven't had much time for movies this week. I know,
Good for you.
Aldo, I mentioned you a couple weeks ago. I got a movie in my backlog I really want to watch and discuss with you guys. I have not had time to watch it yet. Probably not tomorrow. I have a very busy day tomorrow, but hopefully this weekend I'm going to find some time. I'm going to watch
4th of July.
Yeah, there is
3-day weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, for y'all. I'm in the restaurant industry. I don't get weekends anymore. Anyway, no, there is a music documentary filmed in the 70s that I plan to watch soon. I want to discuss with you guys. Apparently, it's got
Led Zeppelin.
No, it's one you probably don't even know exists. So I plan on watching it and filling you guys in on all of the nasty details later. But in the meantime, I have been finding new podcasts to listen to and from work.
Excellent.
So I figure, we're on a podcast. We might as well talk about podcasts, right? The one I've stumbled across this week is actually Carrie and Carrie and Tori from Mythbusters. If you remember that show, the guys who weren't the main guys, they now have a podcast, and they've been talking about a lot of the stuff that they've been doing since the show and a lot of the behind the scenes stuff on the show. And just, it's really, really interesting. You get some behind the scenes on not just Discovery Channel, but Mythbusters as a whole. Like, it was one of the smarter shows on television while still doing dumb shit, like just blowing stuff up for fun. It's a show that in the modern world would be more on YouTube than on network television. But no, it's been a really, really interesting podcast. I've really been enjoying listening back on, remembering some of the things that they tested on the show, in addition to hearing some of the behind the scenes stuff, like, oh my God, remember when we blew up such and such, or remember, we were filming this and they couldn't actually show that on air because the director broke his spine or whatever. And you're just like, holy shit. But yeah, it's been really, really fun to not only reminisce about, but again, hear what they've been doing since then. kind of learn about some of their creative processes, some of the behind the scenes stuff, because these guys kind of bridge the gap between like normal people and Hollywood stars at the same time. So it's kind of fun to hear like that little bit of it where they can just like go out and be normal people while at the same time living all of these extravagant experiences. So,
what's it called?
Let me pull it up real quick. Mythfits.
Mythfits.
Yes, like Misfits, but Mythfits.
Yeah, great title.
And yeah,
I'll check it out.
You know, like I say, the 4th episode, I want to say, it takes a few episodes to get in, but like the 4th episode, they like literally discuss exactly what happened with why they were taken off the show, why the show is no longer on the air, and all of that. And it's like, man, this show might actually still be airing if they just made a few different decisions.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that Adam and Jamie generally didn't care for each other's company from everything I understand.
Great show though too, yeah.
It was a great show.
I know
one of the most popular shows on Discovery Channel ever.
Yeah,
really.
For sure.
Yeah. Shorty, I know you've been working your ass off. You probably haven't seen much, but have you seen anything you want to share or heard a podcast or anything?
I can give you a couple. I watched a movie this past weekend with my wife, The Apprentice.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Robert De Niro?
Sebastian Stan plays Donald Trump.
Oh, yes. How is that?
I thought it was going to be more. I was like, how could Donald Trump allow this to happen? I thought they were going to slander him, but they really just kind of went into what made him who he is.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't talk about the presidency or anything like that, or it just kind of started with who he was when before who he became, his rise to fame in the early 80s, and how he kind of just became who he is and who he kind of learned that from. So I found it interesting.
Roy Cohn, right? The guy's name was Roy Cohn.
Yeah, his lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah. Does it when the movie starts? Is he in a place where he's having financial difficulties, which is why he turns to the TV show?
Yeah. Yep. And he's not like, he's running like a slum apartment, his dad was in real estate, but not like, real estate as we know Donald Trump real estate to be. It was, he was managing apartments and shit, in New York, and it was kind of his rise of how he changed New York and put buildings on in certain areas that, kind of like how they kind of revamped Cabrini Green,
Yeah,
it was kind of like that, and just describing how he became who he is and what his killer, never admit defeat attitude that he has.
Yeah. The actor that plays Trump, how is he?
He starts off a little, but I don't think he looks anything like him, but he does start to get the mouth thing down. Like later on, you kind of buy into it. They don't go into like Jeffrey Epstein or anything like that. It's just his rise to fame.
Yeah.
As far as it's worth a watch.
I'm checking it out here on Wikipedia just to see who the actor is that plays him. It's Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, he plays in the Marvel movies, the Captain America Marvel movies.
Okay.
First one.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. Thank you. Yes.
Went to Rutgers too.
Yeah.
You see him block Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
He also played a famous musician. Who the hell was it?
Really?
Another movie. Really, really well. I can't think of it. It was like he played a rock star in a
recently.
Yeah, within like the last 5 years, played a famous rock star in a really good. That's a really good movie. I can't remember what that one is. I have to look it up. Go to imdb.com. But as far as podcasts,
by the way, he played Jeff Gillooly in I, Tonya. So he was the guy who was dating Tonya Harding in the movie I, Tonya.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm looking his credits to see the rock star he's playing. I'm not seeing anything that pops out.
He was Tommy Lee in.
Oh, Tommy Lee. Thank you.
Hulu
okay.
nonsense.
He played Tommy Lee.
Oh, it was that stupid Hulu thing they did about their sex tape.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's what it was.
That's why it's on TV, under TV. Okay. It was
Sorry,
Pam and Tommy is the title.
Yeah, I blocked out that ever happened. Motley Crue stuff, The Dirt is one of the greatest movies ever made, as far as I'm concerned. But
As far as podcasts, like I've been getting into, stuff I can put on while I'm working and not have to sit here and fucking talk to you on it every Monday, and chat.
I miss you, man.
Fucking Podfather. I've been getting like Randall Carlson. You know who he is?
Randall Carlson. No.
Oh, you should check him out. He's a like a geologist, and he studies the Earth from afar and the patterns that have created the mountains and for example, a really good one that he talked about, which had nothing to do with the current events, but he was talking about chevrons. Chevron is where you see a river come out and it fans out like this, and it has a bunch of tributaries that run through it, and he was showing different places all over the globe. And then he went to Cairo, Egypt, literally right next to the pyramids, like maybe I don't even know how many yards from the last pyramid on the right. If you're, I don't know, it's not the middle one, but the one on the right, like that. The whole Mediterranean Sea, he was saying, used to be a giant canyon, 16,000 feet deep. And so you've seen the recent stuff come out about the pyramids and the things that they found. And my brain's been he wasn't talking about this. He was just talking about how the chevron that's right next to Cairo, if you look at it on the map, you can see it's green and it chevrons out like this. And then that's where all the sediment got pulled in from like a major, catastrophic event with that pulled in all the water, and it created that chevron as it filled in the Mediterranean Sea. So then that got my brain pontificating. Well, maybe those wells, those things that they dug down underneath the pyramids, the spiraling tower or rods that go down. Maybe they were using the pyramids as giant batteries, and they were able to dig into the side of the canyon to create those pillars that came down to the water table to access the water. Because you can dig a hole in your backyard and put a copper rod in it and fill it with sand and carbon and sand and carbon and sand and carbon and pour water in it and run an LED light bulb.
I'm so fucking scared right now. You shut up.
So perhaps they dug into the side of the canyon to build those structures that go that deep into the ground rather than digging straight down. Where it got my brain. So Randall Carlson, he's just an amazing geologist that, he talks about the moon and all kinds of shit. Like why are we seeing craters on the surface of the moon that we can see if the moon doesn't spin? So if we only see one direction, one side of the moon, what's all the craters about? Like, where are they coming from that they didn't hit Earth? Weird, just awesome, crazy stuff, pontificating stuff, but also scientific facts. Randall Carlson, check him out.
So when you say he is a geologist who studies the Earth from afar, Cliff wants to know, how far? Is he in space?
Yeah, from satellite, from like Google Earth, dude. Yeah, from space.
So
space.
Two things from that. Two things. First off, y'all ever just like scroll in Twitter and see a 5-minute Devin Hester highlight reel and just have to stop and watch the whole thing?
Yes.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
No, but I would if I found one.
You know what I've been like
John, I'm gonna tag you right now.
my last 2 days of work have been like Michael Jordan videos of like documentaries just playing in the background while I'm working, and like all the NBA greats that an hour-long video of all the NBA greats talking about how they feared Michael Jordan and just like reminiscing about Jordan. Like you could just go down a rabbit hole with Jordan, because the NBA died for me when Jordan retired. It's gone. It was Jordan.
Hey, let me tell you something now that you brought that up, because I've been dying to talk to somebody about this. I'm home. There's nothing on TV. I go to 170, which is ESPN, and they're replaying The Last Dance. So I start watching a bunch of the episodes, and it was the first 4 on one night, and then the next 4 on another night, and I probably watched a total of like half the series. How fucking well done is that documentary? I mean, how fucking well done. I mean, the guy got lucky in that there was this camera crew, an HD camera crew, who was following the Bulls around for that entire last season, and they never did anything with the footage. So he came up with the idea of how to use the footage, and then to his brilliance, he decided to tell that whole entire Bulls run, those 6 titles and before, by cutting back and forth in time throughout those episodes. Just perfectly fucking structured. Perfect.
Here's my biggest issue with all of that.
Why? What?
How much money do you think Jerry Reinsdorf made off of that?
Oh God.
I don't think that much. Why? Why do you think?
You don't think that much? But like,
tell me how.
By trickle down, by osmosis.
Let's go see a Bulls game kind of shit. Yeah.
Have you seen the one about the Celtics that same crew did? Dude, that is.
We were talking about that last week. Yeah,
last week on the show. So who recommended that?
Tooch did.
No,
Zach
Pearson, our guest last week.
I mean, it is just as well done. You really see how fucking dominant the Celtics were in what's his name, the coach, oh God, what's his name? Red Auerbach. Like Red Auerbach built the NBA, and then Michael Jordan transformed it into a different, it literally
a global phenomenon.
All the way up to the Larry Bird era when Michael Jordan had the 63-point game, is like Red Auerbach was still involved in that team, and it kind of just ended up transferring over, and Jordan just took the reins, basically from them, and they were just a dynasty for so long. It's like hard to believe. It's a great watch.
I never thought about it that way. Thank
I love that guy's voice.
Fuck that guy.
By the way, go ahead, Tuch.
Get Mr. Shorty's opinion on this.
Yeah, tell me what you think.
Do you agree with it or no?
Yes.
All right.
Bears are a playoff team, is what Shorty's agreeing.
So we every year we do the BCP. We have at least 5. We want to have a number where we can have a tiebreaker, and we all come up with a record that we stick by. And our record is, I think it might be 10. I think it's 10-7. And
I'll take that.
I had him 10-7. We also did a chat poll that night. The chat poll was 15-2.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's like, you guys are what?
Hey, Mr.
Like
Shorty,
you, Aldo.
You have a clip from the really. You have a clip from the show you can share with us?
I do not.
Damn, man. Well, now I'm demanding all our guests bring a clip of something to like the old Carson show.
I mean, I could just.
Question for you guys as you're looking for that. Pee Wee Herman. Were you guys fans of Pee Wee Herman?
I was.
Yeah.
My sister more so than I was.
All right. HBO Max has a really good documentary on him called Pee Wee as Himself. It's a 2-part documentary.
You've mentioned this to me multiple times, and I still haven't watched it.
Oh, okay.
I started watching it. I didn't finish it yet, though.
Yeah, it's not great by any means, but it is revealing because he wanted to do this documentary, but he was worried about it. He was worried about how the director was going to portray him. And so, and so what's interesting about it is the director starts asking him questions like, do you trust me to do this? And I don't know if I trust you. And so you see that kind of edginess to the personality, but you learn Pee Wee does share a lot about his homosexual lifestyle. I kind of suspected he was a homosexual, but I wasn't absolutely sure.
I did see that too, yeah.
Yeah. So, and he was a performance artist, And frankly, the stuff that I saw wasn't too impressive, but he just happened to hit on fucking Pee-wee, man. That was a fucking brilliant idea and really captured the nation's attention on that. Shorty, it looks like you got some really cool animation coming up here. What the fuck, man? Spending the bucks, huh?
I was watching. I don't watch my show.
Yeah, right.
I really don't.
You have to.
I gave up doing that. I
found the clip.
Oh, that guy.
But I found myself laughing my fucking. I had to watch this because of the subject, and it just I found myself laughing my fucking at my wife. My wife was actually watching this first like 2 minutes of the show. You can play this clip if you want.
Okay, here it comes.
I hope I have sound.
Productions.
Hope I have sound.
We'll find out.
Is there sound?
You're not playing? Oh, no, there's no sound.
Okay, hold on. Let me remove that and represent that.
Bears Country Productions you can find on Thursday nights here on YouTube, and I think they stream over X as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Make sure you subscribe to be.
So, I'm just an idiot when I open the show because I like to dance like an idiot, and so I just love PJ in this opener here.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
there you go. Can you hear that?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah, you down with BCP? Yeah, you know me.
Look at PJ.
One of these days, your ass is going to be up here going with me.
If I be doing that, please call the ambulance quick. I'm up there going, please call the ambulance.
Oh God, I love PJ. I wouldn't even know how to do that. I'm just a simple caveman. I live 800 miles away. I know not how to dial 911 to your area with my simple caveman cell phone. What, no super chats?
Oh, no, you almost sounding like
how did I get myself into this?
Ron Burgundy, that sounds like you should be playing the commercial. Oh, see, this is from Trim Richards or Dr. Dick Richards.
That's what you're sounding like. Yeah, Dr. Dick Richards.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Dick Richards. You may know me from my iconic. You may know my brother from the iconic movie Anchorman, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about my revolutionary new product, Drippy Dicks, which, by the way, Depend, which used to be known as Depends, stole my fucking idea. They did.
Really?
And now they have Drippy Dicks.
Are you serious?
Yeah. All right.
I just want to know, when you did that commercial, did you actually write down the things you was going to say, or did you?
Hell no, it was all improvised. Hello.
That was really good, man. I'm telling you, that was really good.
I got to go to the video at least. Here we go.
Awesome. That was really impressive, man.
I appreciate that.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Dick Richards. Have you ever thought you were done going pee-pee? Only moments later to find a dip or 2 or 3 in your underwear? Have you ever felt ashamed? Well, feel ashamed no more. Even the iconic legendary musician Elvis Presley has had his own share of drippy dick. For all the males in the big and there thou arts out there. Anyone with a dick. Called drippy dicks.
The suit is fantastic.
Patented design can absorb up to 2.5 cups of pee-pees pieces side down in your banana hammock.
Banana hammock.
Go to work. The banana hammock is still dry. Just look at that absorption. Drippy dicks.
Yep.
Bow, take a bow, brother.
Their state of affairs sponsored by Drippy Dicks.
I love it.
I gotta get into your sponsor too.
Have you found as you get older? I doubt Zim has this problem at his age, but do you sit on the toilet now more often because of drippy dick and also aiming issues?
I plead the fifth.
I'm bearing myself.
Man.
I sit a lot more often.
Yeah, I do too. If I get up in the middle of the night and I'm like half asleep, I gotta sit because I'm gonna fall down and hit my head.
No shit, you're too tired to stand.
Yep.
Look at fucking Zim. Zim's like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
No, I thank the man who owned this house before me because he put it in an old man toilet. It sits about 6 inches higher and 6 inches wider than normal. So that's a problem I probably won't have to deal with.
I have 2 of those downstairs and upstairs. Yes.
Well, you know what? You know exactly the ones I'm talking about. Then,
I also
they make it a lot easier to not have to sit when you're fucking half awake and pitch black at.
Exactly.
You ever been standing there in a pair of shorts pissing and you feel it hitting your legs? The bounce back sitting. Like I've been at friends' houses and they have their kids' bath toys all around the toilet. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I gotta sit down now because I'm gonna spray your kids' toys with piss.
No, you know my exact thoughts. You know my exact thoughts. They're going in a tub with soap and water anyway.
Kids.
Fuck them kids. That's right.
I honestly prefer just to. I have an acre and a half. I prefer just to put
all right, money bags
if I can. No, I live in the South. It's cheap down here, bro. That's not like Illinois acre and a half.
What are you gonna do with that acre and a half?
I'm gonna sell it when I move back for work.
Plant soy.
Yeah, why don't you plant something?
Dude, I've tried gardens. They don't work. Like my tomatoes are dead by July.
Really?
Yeah, the only thing that grows really well down here is peppers. Everything else just is dead by July.
Peppers? Did you say anything? The only thing girls want is peppers?
No, the only thing that grows well is pepper.
Oh, grows well. I thought you said girls
You're
want.
saying the only thing that grows well in your hot, humid environment is pepper. I can think of another plant that grows pretty well in a hot, humid environment that can make some money.
That's right, dude.
That's
Come
done
on.
indoors.
Come
Right?
on.
Everything dies. Everything. That's why I come to the terms that's why fried green tomatoes are so popular in the South, because your fucking tomatoes are dead by July and they have to pick all the green ones.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Wheat blight just it ruins them.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think this is a good time to pull the plug. I know some of you guys work for a living.
Mm-hmm.
I'm off tomorrow.
All right, brother.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to vacation tomorrow with the kids, but
where are you headed?
Western Nebraska. I was going to stop by and see Steven Zimmerman, but they had a cancellation for Monday. I can get my bionic eye installed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
That looks like Burt Reynolds.
That's the $6 million man.
Oh,
You
Lee
remember,
Majors.
Lee Majors.
Tooch, I apologize, but that is the sorriest ass place I've ever heard anyone say they're going on vacation. Fucking Western Nebraska.
No,
Yeah, pull up a picture of Lake McConaughey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lake McConaughey is gorgeous.
Yep, gorgeous. White sand beaches. Oh, it's nice.
Yep.
Like Florida. Just in the middle of Nebraska.
Yeah. It's like this weird little haven in the middle of Nebraska. Hey, man, we got to have something out here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm having cataract surgery on Monday. I was going to stop by and see Steven Zimmerman on that Monday, but they called and we had a cancellation. We can get you in Monday, and the following Friday I can get both my eyes done.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
Laser?
I'll be able to see. I don't know how it's like cataract surgery. I don't even go in there and break up the old lens and put in that acrylic lens.
They're putting in a new lens. Oh God.
Yeah, two new lenses, one on Monday, one on Friday. So I'll be able to see again. I might not need glasses anymore after this.
That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah.
I heard I work with a guy that he had on one eye. It's like 20/20.
Yeah, one eye is like pretty good. The other one's like completely blurry.
Yeah, my mom needs that too. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I'll be back on Sunday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yep. Gonna get myself a Runza, Steven Zimmerman.
Make sure you bring him some Casey's General Store pizza.
Yeah. Oh, he's got Casey's out there. He's in Iowa now.
I got Casey's and runs a fucking half a mile down the road.
And you are
across the street from me.
Tell Aldo what the Runza is. Does Aldo know what it is? No,
I don't.
So a Runza, imagine an Italian beef sandwich and then worse.
Yeah. It's like
it's literally like a beef
sandwich
like stuffed inside a hoagie, and then they throw cabbage in it instead of peppers. And then they're like, "Here, eat this dog shit with some fries. Stuff your face, you fat fuck. You don't care."
What the fuck?
And because we're from Nebraska, we don't know any better.
German settlers brought it from Czechoslovakia or Germany, somewhere on the.
No, but like actually, it's like a cross between like a Reuben, a calzone, and an Italian beef sandwich. Yeah. Like you put them all together, and it's a Runza. And like if you like them. Like you like them, but like I'm not a big cabbage fan, so I don't really care for them.
Yeah, they have other flavors too, but yeah, the originals has cabbage.
They make like a buffalo chicken one, which like I enjoy. Yeah. Their burgers are pretty good. They have these crinkle cut fries that are like fantastic.
Yeah, onion rings are pretty good. But...
Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah, generally, like 10 carrots for dinner. 10 baby carrots for dinner. You're making me hungry.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat after this. What was the name of that lake you're going to, Tooch?
Lake McConaughey.
Like Matthew McConaughey.
Is this in the lake?
Some titties?
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, titties. There you go.
Nice.
Oh,
you like that?
Yeah. She's got a butter face, but nice titties, yeah.
This is the Runza, Aldo.
Jesus, that looks good.
It's like a baked inside. They bake the bread fresh, around the sandwich.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
They cook it all inside. Yeah,
cook it inside this hot bread.
That looks pretty good, actually.
It looks like something you could stick your dick into.
Yeah.
That's actually how most Nebraskans lose their virginity.
There you go. And that is a moment of the show. Right? Write it down. 240-45. 240-45. Nebraska.
We finally found a joke that Nebraskans will get and nobody else will.
Lake McConaughey.
Wow.
The middle of Nebraska.
It looks like the middle of fucking Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. You can camp right on the beach if you want. Yep. I'll bring in my tent.
Your tent? Oh my god, that's.
We've got a hotel too. We'll sit in the tent.
Hope you have a good back.
I might head over to Colorado to cross the border for some fireworks on Friday.
Ooh, nice.
Fireworks.
Julesburg, Colorado.
Yeah,
fireworks in Colorado. Not anything good, at least.
No, just to watch the fireworks show.
Oh, to watch. Okay.
To watch fireworks. Gotcha.
I'll walk up to the Hy-Vee and grab some fireworks.
He's gonna hop over. He's gonna hop over to Colorado to get an ounce of fireworks.
Yeah, exactly.
I had fireworks last year, Aldo, for my daughter's birthday's July 7th. I bought this one called 2-Minute Warning. It was just like 2 minutes of solid fire. It was like a real fireworks show. That was nice, like $60.
And some of those are awesome.
Yeah,
you gotta get buy one get two frees. That's what we got here. Buy one get two free. You get
Oh, buy one get two free. We have buy one get 4 free here.
Yeah, we have buy one get one 4 free also out here. But Aldo, get one, like shoot them off in the backyard. Like two. It's like a professional fireworks display.
Yeah, it looks great.
It's fantastic. So coming from Colorado, man, like Colorado, that whole state's ready. Like you sneeze on it wrong, and the state lights on fire.
No shit.
Like, it's so dry.
Yeah, Nebraska has no fireworks this year because
Nebraska's the same way. But in Iowa, like we're good, man. Like
Iowa's got some of the richest soil in the world.
Right.
Really?
So in Iowa, fun fact,
farmland out here.
Iowa has certain sand and sandhill deposits that are only found in Iowa and China. Those are the only 2 places on the planet. Yeah. So we have a lot of native species here that are also only found in China. It's really freaking weird.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Mama, may I?
Well, that is very interesting. Please tell me more.
I want to go to bed, you fuckers.
That's great, man. You got me started. I had to listen to your bullshit, so it's your turn to listen to mine.
Jeez, look at those two. They're going at each other like an Italian guy and a black woman.
Again, I stand by it. I'm the Italian man.
There's some beautiful farmland, though, right, Zim, out here?
Yes,
beautiful
absolutely.
Farmland. Rolling
Coming
hills.
from Colorado, where everything is like so dry that like you can't like light a cigarette, you can't light a joint without, you can't load a bowl without being worried that you're gonna light the place on fire. So like now being out here and being able to light off fireworks, like talk about a culture shock, man. Yeah. Like last year, it sounded like a literal war zone out here with all the fireworks going off and shit. I am so excited for Friday. Like I've bought about $100 worth of fireworks already. And like, I got people at work telling me those are rookie numbers. Jesus Christ.
Totally rookie numbers. I'd go spend, $500 and buy one, get two free. And it's like a half an hour fireworks show.
Exactly. So I'm going to go out again tomorrow. I'm going to pick up a whole bunch more.
That's
I'm going to
out
light
there.
off. I'm going to light off a whole bunch of fireworks, and not yet. I plan to.
Chimney Rock.
I played enough Oregon Trail as a kid that's on my bucket list now.
Yeah, yep. I want to stop and see the Oregon Trail, the Wagon Trail Monument, Chimney Rock.
The real fun part is when we're sitting there lighting off all these fireworks, right? And then, we're a blue collar people out here, so somebody inevitably on the street goes, "Y'all out of fireworks? All right, we got some shit we can blow up." They'll come out. They'll come out with their quarters. They come out with half sticks of dynamite. It's just fun to make loud noises. But then it's like, how high can we make the trash can fly in the air? How many pieces will this action figure explode into? As a kid, I'm watching Toy Story going, God, that Sid kid is sadistic. And now I'm sitting here going, Sid was on to something, man.
My wife and I are taking a July 17th in 2.5 weeks. We're taking a almost 3-week road trip, pulling our camper to Yellowstone and back. And we're going to stop on our way back. We're going to stop in Deadwood, South Dakota. You ever see that?
It's on my bucket list.
I've been there twice. Nice. Outstanding. Fucking standing. Yes.
We stayed in by Mount Rushmore, and we took a detour to go see it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So it's not Mount Rushmore is not that far from Deadwood?
Yeah. Mount Rushmore is like an hour, if that.
Okay. That show was awesome, too. I love that show.
Great show.
Yeah. Be warned, if you want to go see Mount Rushmore, you got to pay like $50 and walk a half a mile. And
we got my wife bought our dogs are getting older, so she bought like this big stroller to put our dogs in. They're 250-pound dogs, and this stroller we can truck them around in.
You really could have left that part of the story out.
Oh, Lord.
Well, Aldo, thanks for having me on tonight, man. It's a pleasure as always. Podfather, much love to you.
Had some fun, man. It was good.
Great talking with Tooch and Zim.
What's going on?
Been a while, Shorty. I appreciate it.
Tomorrow night we've got I got one of my buddies coming into town tomorrow for the weekend, so he's going to be on the show with me live, Coach B. And we have another guest. His name is Med. That's his first name is Med, and he's a podcaster that kind of threw in the towel. So he's a good friend of ours. So we want to have him on again one more time, or maybe a few more times, but one more time before he really calls it quits. That'll be a fun show. And then after that, it's just 4th of July weekend. No fireworks for me this time, though. For the first time in many years.
Oh, I see.
I wish you guys all the best. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July weekend.
Thanks, Shorty. You too.
Yeah.
Shorty, you didn't comment on my AI image of Adam Shaheen eating a burrito.
I didn't know that was.
I didn't know that was AI either.
That's Grok is good, huh?
Grok is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit.
And it only costs 7 gallons of clean drinking water.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Shorty, we will catch you tomorrow, Thursday night, on Bears Country Productions on the YouTube channel. You guys also stream on X, right? But you want most of your people to go to YouTube, right?
Yeah, I mean, we stream from both, but sometimes you get 300 viewers and
I know
they're all on Twitter. It's like they they don't give us the view on YouTube. So whatever.
That sucks.
I'm happy to have 300 viewers if we have them. But
I think convinced Shorty to go to Western Nebraska, Aldo.
Yeah. I'm gonna go there so I can fuck that sandwich.
Can I watch? All right, Zim, anyone you want to shout out before we pull the plug?
I mean, shout out to all y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Mr. Shorty for joining us. Shout out to my family for being awesome and supportive. Shout out to my son stranded in Colorado right now, coming home next week. Can't wait for that. And
you're still
Green Bay
Central Time, right? Central Time, not Mountain Time, right? Okay.
Yep. No, we're on Central Time. Yeah, I'm not that far west. Yeah. I mean, I'm in Iowa still. All of Iowa's on Central Time.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Chicago Bears for finally dropping their training camp schedule. I will be waiting in line next Wednesday at 10 a.m. to hopefully get some tickets.
Good luck.
If anybody's looking to go out there and meet up, I'll be out there either the 13th or the 14th, hopefully.
Lake Forest, Illinois, right?
In Lake Forest, Illinois.
Good luck, buddy. I hope you get them.
I'm really trying. I'll be there one way or another. It's just a matter of whether I'm at training camp or not. Otherwise, I'll have to find something else to do in the city of Chicago on that day. Whatever will I do?
Really quick, I've gone on
I'm gonna stare you down, Steven Zibzer, if he sees you there.
Yep,
Watch out for that. Watch out for that stare.
I've gone on a Caleb Williams rookie card bender, and this is the one I just got.
Yeah.
That's a good one, man.
Look at that.
That's
my most recent.
It's the 84 throwback.
The 84 throwback's a good one.
This one, what's that one? Oh, that's nice too.
It's the crown jewels from Contenders Optic.
This one is 2 of 25, and I just bought 1 of 25 signed. It's coming here this next couple of days.
Sweet. So that one's
got
for
some
me,
titty
right?
playing cards back here, Aldo, and I can share titty
This one is, look at this. This one is gold plated. Look how thick it is.
Yeah,
it comes hermetically sealed in the Tops Now case. It's like it doesn't even need to be PS graded.
Shorty, I'm just going to point out to you that you're talking to a fellow collector. I have an idea of what that cost you, and really trying to move back to the Chicagoland area.
You better save some money.
Have to move, my buddy.
That's going to be on my work. No, the one of 5 I just bought was $2,000.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's my retirement because I know he's going to retire the greatest quarterback of all. Dare I say the greatest Bear of all time, but the greatest quarterback of all time for the Bears. Maybe even the greatest Bear of all time. No disrespect to Walter, of course, but that's just how I feel about him. When I first started off about your Bears state of affairs, I went into the whole, NFL Sunday Ticket, but I wanted to get into a rant about the media and everyone trashing Caleb, but I can save that. I've done that plenty of times on my own.
We'll get there. Don't worry. I do it plenty too.
I'm fucking sick of the media.
John's state of affairs.
All right.
I'm just sick of the media shitting on 35, 41 yards, 20 touchdowns, and six interceptions. By the way, the 6th interception happened in like the second to last fucking drive of the last game of the entire fucking season. So 5 interceptions all the way up to like the last second to last drive. So I'm just fuck. That's why I sit here, Mr. Shorty. Fuck Green Bay, fuck Chicago media, and fuck Aaron Rodgers. I'm out. Drop the mic.
Mic drop.
Don't drop the mic. It's expensive. Wait, you just spent $2,000 on a rookie card. You're fine.
Yeah, right.
My credit card screaming at me.
Tooch, anyone you want to
ain't got to tell me, Shorty. My Jaden Daniels collection. Completely understand.
You guys are putting together a great show, Aldo, with all the great stuff, the background and foreground and all over.
All the production is amazing.
All the production, yep.
What are you talking about?
Your production work. You're a superstar.
Any song, the opener. Yeah. It's all great.
The centerpiece of the show is Bear State of Affairs. So take a bow, brother. But thank you for the compliment. And we'll be off the air, I think, until Monday when Greg and I will come up with something to talk about during these dog days of July. But we'll be tuning into Mr. Shorty's BCP tomorrow night, Thursday at 8 p.m. Central?
Correct.
There you go.
Who's on tomorrow night? Any guest?
You just said about 10 minutes ago.
My buddy and another guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who gave up podcasting.
This is the time of year that I don't give a fuck if I don't talk about the Bears. We just have fun. That's it.
Tooch, you and I are almost the same age. I read something this morning that fucking terrified me. There was an article that new research scientists are saying that an early sign of Alzheimer's is when you're thinking about something and all of a sudden you can't
remember it.
Can't remember it.
Wait, what were you talking about?
You ruined my joke.
Yeah.
Anyway,
true.
Alzheimer's, here we come. Shorty, you're safe for another 30 years. And Zim, I'm sure they'll have an Alzheimer's cure by the time.
Boy, I hope so. That shit runs in my family.
Oh, really? It does? I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
Oh, yeah. It's just a matter of time until I'm a flesh prison.
A flesh prison.
Used to be stuck in your own head. Listening, we love you. Good night, everybody.
Bears.